Hello! Hello, hello! I have to double check my channel again. Welcome, welcome. Twitch requires additional information. What are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about here? Hold on, I gotta make sure that my mic does not sound like a robot again. My channel. It's me! I gotta pause. I gotta make sure that my mic does not sound like a robot again. My channel. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. The only thing that I really need to do here. I need to do one thing right now, and this is fix my camera. It's Alt. Yeah. Gotta cut that. Yeah, I gotta cut that. What do you call that thing? What do you call that thing right there? That's the air conditioner. Holy hell. Words. Okay, so I have a lot to catch up on because I didn't even play Act 2. I think I might have actually played a little bit of Act... No, I didn't. I have not returned to this game after the conclusion of Act 1. And I don't even think I completed Act 1. Truth be told. So, I got a lot to do. Because I think, we're at Act 3 now? But first things first. Congratulations on Destiny making it 10 years. 10 years of Destiny. Let's see. Put Audacia at Astra. Let's read this little thing real quick. Service alert. Okay. Cool. Today we celebrate a decade in the ongoing journey of Destiny. A decade of epic battles. Hold on, let me get you guys right there. Boom, bap, bop. Extraordinary memories and whatever. I'm gonna do this because it's easier for my brain. Countless friendships forged along the way. For 10 incredible years, we have ventured into the stars to defend the last city, uncover the mysteries of the Sol system, and defend the defenseless against their enemies. While Destiny's official journey began on September 9th, 2014, we launched with the original game, with the launch of the game, Jesus Christ. Some of you can trace the beginning of your Destiny adventure even further back to the alpha in June or the beta in July. I forget the beta was in July. I started playing when the beta was active, and I remember this specifically because my cousin would, he teased me about it, but there was one day that we were allowed to go to the moon during the beta. Like, the moon was, I think, available for the beta for one day, and I was really working that day. I don't think I was able to play the moon at all. So I missed the moon, and you know, until a couple months later when, you know, Destiny originally, when it officially came out. Whether you're a D1 alpha vet or just started playing last week, know that Destiny's first decade of bravery and hope has been defined by each and every one of you Guardians. I didn't know that you put a comma at the end there. Unless they're saying one of you Guardians, like, you know, whatever. We're glad you're here, and we're excited for the next decade of Destiny and beyond. The next decade of Destiny. Out of this world art. We've explored a long list of mind-blowing places in these 10 years, the desolate surface of Earth. You know what? I wanted to get the Reveler title for this year, and I missed out on Solstice because I refused to fucking play Summer Solstice. Never happening. Even though I heard it was actually good this year, but you're not getting me today, Diddy. Let me just make sure I got my chat pulled up. Cool. Can I do this with chat? No, I cannot do that with chat. Okay. With that in mind, let's take a look at how we're celebrating Destiny's first decade with both in-game and out in the real world. Sorry, let's make sure my mic is still good. Cool. Now that I'm actually speaking and shit, you know? Can I do this with chat? No, I cannot do that with chat. Okay. With that in mind, Let's take a look at how we're celebrating.
Okay, I put myself up just a little bit. Just a little bit. Out of this world art. We've explored. I'm putting on the AC. It's necessary, I swear. I've got 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, a PC, and 2 monitors. It got hot in here. It got hot in here. Let me just make sure that the mic audio isn't, you know, shooting dick right now. Out of this world art. We've explored. I'm putting on the AC. It's necessary, I swear. I've got 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, a PC, and 2 monitors. I know I should be testing my equipment more often. Don't talk to me. Let me just make sure. All right, it's not bad. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. The music kind of covers it. We've explored a long list of mind-blowing places in these 10 years. The desolate surface of Earth, the jungles of Venus, and forbidden depths of the several throne worlds. Even the inside of the Traveler. None would exist without the talent and dedication of a very long list of artists. It's impossible to choose just one piece to represent what Destiny is, and that's why we partnered with ArtStation to showcase the work of 67 past and present Bungie artists from different disciplines that have helped define the world of Destiny. Here's just a preview of what you can find in the complete article. Let's see. Oh, concept art, concept art. That's cool. I like it. Is this what I think it is? I keep wanting to call it Swashbuckler, but you know what I mean. The Void auto rifle. Is that? Some pyramid ships. Oh, shit. A pyramid ship. I got myself my own pyramid ship. I got a fleet. Look at him. Look at him. I am the new Dorito Lord. Oh, those things smell like ass. I need to hang those already. Environment design for Destiny 2, Curse of Osiris specifically. Okay, why am I reading this out loud? I missed this. I have not used this. It's Rolk! I was just writing about Rolk! Wow, I might save this as like a, as a background. I like this a lot. Okay, I'm keeping this open. These are all great desktop backgrounds. As the Destiny art show, every Guardian is invited to exhibitions in Los Angeles, New York, and London featuring paintings, ghost sculptures, props. What? I'm going to this one. When is this? Events. No, wait. I just want to know when. Yeah, I want to know. No, I don't want to fucking. When is it? Oh, 17th to the 20th. Damn. When do I leave to Japan? I can only see this thing on that Thursday. Okay, I'm doing that. White Space Chelsea. I'm taking note of this right now. Destiny art exhibit. I'm gonna set my alarm for like noon that day. Alert a week before. And a second alert a day before. Cool. Dressed like it's 2014. Now let's talk about what's coming to the game. We're having a little celebration to Destiny's 10th anniversary in Destiny 2 that can be enjoyed by solo players and fire teams alike, while we're visiting some classic looks and having a good laugh with favorite memes. For starters, we have created a set of armor for each class inspired by the original concept armor, finally, that was shown a long, long time ago. In fact, it's one of the first Destiny armor sets ever seen publicly. Wow, you motherfuckers really made us wait for the 10-year anniversary to do that? Oh, I'm doing this! I want this! I want this! I want this! Defeat the Witness, become legend. 10 years ago, we shared our journey with the starting September 9th. Chance to collection task to earn the legend title. The legend title and seal. Yes, I want that. Explore the Pale Heart, collect sweet loot. Defeat the Witness, run divine shape once and for all. Okay, I'm with this. Oh, and then what? Oh my god. Armor says legend title first. Okay, cool. We're looking at this.
before episode Echo ends, we'll be offering early access opportunity to purchase the Ace of Spades replica before its official launch in October. No, yeah, I need this because I have the Gallahorn, and I was gonna paint the Gallahorn before it got too cold outside to do this. So I need the Ace of Spades as well. This is my project before fall officially hits. Looking to the future, while we enjoyed looking back at the past years of Destiny, we're even more excited about where we're going next. The future of Destiny 2 is alive and well, and we're thrilled to begin sharing our plans with you. That starts today with an article we're calling Paving the Way for New Frontiers. Okay, that's the next thing we're reading. Written by Destiny 2 game director Tyson Green and narrative director Allison Lurs, where they share an overview of our vision with the future of Destiny. In addition, we have a series of deep dive articles covering specific gameplay updates coming to Destiny 2. Wow! Start series, okay. Codename Frontiers, umbrella name for our major innovations, Apollo, Destiny deep dive articles, core game activities, rewards, new port activities, features, these weeks and months ahead. Keep track of it all. Paving way for New Frontiers article. Believe to be amazed by and inspired by the community. Okay. Thanks for playing the games. See you Starside. Yeah, for sure, dude. Yeah, dude. For sure, dude. Paving the way for New Frontiers. Hold on, I'm pausing this. I'm pausing this. Wait, not this. I need to be careful here. Today, okay, whatever. This is all came out today. Okay, cool. Witness, looted dungeons, ascended to the lighthouse, and more. Now we look to the future. We're plotting our course to the stars through codename Frontiers. We closed the door with the final shape, but we're now opening a new one. A weird one, an exciting one that takes Destiny to places it's never been before. We're building this future now. Oh, thank you so much for the Shepard Dariel. Right? It's not Daniel. Okay, cool. Thank you so much, Shepard Dariel. Thank you for joining. We set out in 2014 to do something new and different for our studio. We confidently witness it. Okay, I read this already. Look to the future. We're plotting our course to the stars through codename Frontiers. We closed the door with the final shape. We're now opening a new one, a weird one, exciting one that takes Destiny to places it's never been before. We're now building this future now. We're building this future now and are excited to share this first glimpse with you today. I wish this was a video. I hate reading. Let me just look at it real quick, and then I'll read the rest of this stuff. Okay, so there's a summer update in 2025. Codename Arsenal. I need that because I used to go by Arsenal. Like the Red Arrow from DC Comics. Fall 2025 major update Surge. Rewards Pass. I wonder what Rewards Pass is. Like, is this just gonna be a new? Oh wait, you wrote in chat. Hey, what up? Follow me on Insta. Have a look. Wait, for real? How the hell did you get my Instagram? Do I have my Instagram on this? Let me double check you. Holy shit, you did. Yeah, thank you. Oh, UI UX designer. Awesome. Yeah, I'll give you a follow back too. Thank you so much for following. Yeah, and hope you enjoy the stream. So these are expansions. Summer and winter of 2025 are both expansions. Available to all players. Wait, what? New stories, new locations, new missions, new weapons, new gear, new raids and dungeons. New and reprised activities, new gear, artifact mods. Okay. Exotic weapon and ornament. So these are just this is just seasonal stuff. But I wonder if it's free, right? So it seems like we're getting 2 expansions in a year, but they're probably just going to be smaller. And they're probably going to work like seasonal activities or like, you know, seasonal updates, but I would assume that they have to be smaller. Bungie can't deliver more, you know? Roadmap lays out our plan for the year 11 and beyond with some exciting changes to our annual model. 2 expansions. 2 expansions per year. 4 major updates of free content every year. Are you fucking kidding me, dog? Next few months, we'll be sharing more info with you on Codename Frontiers, which is how we are describing major innovations coming to Destiny over the next few years, starting with our next expansion, Codename Apollo. Dev Insight Deep Dive is going live today, and we'll continue to add more to this over the list of weeks and months to come. Tyson Green, Allison Hers, driving through some of our future plans for Destiny. Our goal is to become more transparent with you guys. This means sharing our work with more frequently. Okay, even if you see our mistakes and false starts along the way. So please remember that our roadmap and plans are subject to change, and we get deeper as we get deeper into development. And timely, this is your game. Ultimately, this is your game too. We want to see more of how it's made. Want you to see more of how it's made and why. Damn, I'm sorry. I'm trying to read really fast. If you take away nothing else, it should be this. We're excited for Destiny to change and improve in ways that allow it to keep evolving into the future. Yes, I am a producer. I produce music. Well, I know something on your channel if you want. I will share with you. Sure. Yeah. I mean, I make music. I make all the music that you hear in my videos and whatnot. I was supposed to release a video before I streamed today, but oh, this looks awesome. But it took me a little longer to update, so I'm going to be releasing it tomorrow. I'm gonna finish editing it after stream. Tyson Green, my name is Tyson Green. So I'm going to start with annual expansions. We love creating an annual expansions and especially proud of the final shape, but the truth is that they dominate almost all of our development effort. For ourselves to explore and innovate and deliver. Instead of one big expansion, we're going to deliver 2 medium-sized expansions, one every 6 months. Each of these will depart from the one-shot campaign structure we've been using, essentially unchanged Shadowkeep, and will be an opportunity to explore. Okay, I like this sounds good PR wise, but like I feel like it's just gonna be, you know, less content expansions. I wonder if the community will be able to manage their expectations for what these expansions are, and if so, I feel like, you know, the more reasonable YouTube content creators, which we'll get into after this, after I read it for myself, I'll listen to their reactions and then get my opinion. I know that these guys that we're going to listen to are going to be more reasonable with managing their expectations, and I should never count on the rest of the community to manage their expectations in as a monolith, because that's not what we are. But like, if these 2 expansions are anything less than the annual expansions that we get, that should be okay. But if they're less than half of what we would get from a normal expansion, how is that going to translate? Because they have to be. Like, this isn't going to be 50% of an expansion and then 50% of an expansion. This is probably going to be like 30 to 40% of what we would expect out of an expansion. Like if I can make a paint real quick. See if I can do well on paint here. So the standard Destiny expansion is this here. Right? This is, I don't know, Lightfall. Right? That's terrible. The last one is a W. This is Lightfall. If we get 2 of these, right? Sorry. Let's do orange. Sorry, just having a lot more fun. Let's do orange. Why does this brush suck dick? Right? Those are the 2, right? Winter update. These are all major updates. So each of them will have something like that with them. We're not going to get... Sorry, we're not getting all of this in an expansion. Just a heads up. Like, this is not going to be how they work. It's not going to be a 50-50 cutoff here and here. It's more so going to be... They probably have, like... I wouldn't say that they have half the time. This is why I settled on the 30 to 40% number. They probably have 30% of the time to work on this and 30% of the time to work on this. So the community needs to manage not for 50-50, but for 30-30. And they need to worry about what's delivered in, let's say, these 2 here. Because the first one's going to be rough. The second one's going to be trying to manage that expectation. So it's how well does Bungie go with feedback from here? How well can they implement it here? And is by the end of year 1 of this format, is it perfect? If it's not perfect, we're not losing any players because we're stuck here for the next decade, obviously. But it needs to be like, I would say 70 to 80%. 70 to 80% like of perfect here. Not perfect, right? Because you can never get to perfect. But it needs to be like, we've worked out 70 to 80% of the kinks here. Crucible needs to be in a good state. Vanguard activities needs to be in a good state. Gambit needs to be is a trash can. Vanguard needs to be thrown out. Not Vanguard. Gambit needs to be thrown out. That's what needs to happen here. By this last one. This is a year's worth of test running for this, because actually, you know what? I will even give them less leeway here, because by the time we get into here, we have year 11. Year 11 is them basically going with the seasonal model. Seasonal model. It looks like it says midget. I'm sorry. Seasonal model is not seasonal, but what the fuck are they called? Episodes. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. They're called episodes now. No. EPS. Episode model. By the time we finish this episode model, they need to know what worked and what they're bringing into this new format. So a lot of this episode shit either has to get scrapped. So scrapped up here. Thrown out. Or it needs to get implemented into this, and it needs to work. So we need to go into this first season feeling good and going, all right, now we're getting introduced to yet another new format in the second year. Or year 12, right? So I'm counting year 11 and 12 are years 1 and 2 at this point. So the second year into the new format, we need to feel confident about what they learned from episodes. Like, so this last 4 months, or is it 4 months? Because we're in 3 episodes this year. This last 4 months of episodes needs to be, okay, we fuck with it. We know it's not permanent. We at least like it now. We like what you guys have learned from this and what you've been implementing it, and we understand the roadmap into what's going to be sticking here going forward. And hopefully that is communicated based off of what they just said about being more transparent. It should be communicated what they're keeping from episodes here. You know what I should have done? Can I copy paste this? Boom. Okay, that's what I should have done. So, yeah. Year 11. Sorry, let me just year 11 is like this part right here, obviously. We need to implement good things for the community, good feedback, and these are plus signs now. Sorry, that fucked up. Good things for the community, good feedback, and like actually good mechanics, good feedback, and good morale, right? Those are my 3 pluses there. That needs to all go into this one. By the time we get here, there should be no... The complaints that we got from episodes should not be the same in fall of year 2025. It should be, okay, this is a brand new model. We like the model. It's probably still going to be very reminiscent of past models. But we shouldn't feel like it's the same thing, just it's rebranded. If people feel that way by fall of 2025, we need to just give up on this game changing. We're not going RuneScape. It's not going to be World of Warcraft. This game is done at that point. And you should only be sticking with it if you really have fun with like the niche elements of it. Oh, sorry. Let me read your shit now because I'm done ranting for a little bit. Yes. Share the shit with me on Instagram after I'm done streaming and after I'm done editing my video. I'll probably respond to you tomorrow morning. So anything that you want to talk to me about, DM me. I promise you, I will read it. So we need to feel good about this rewards pass, about the content that we're getting. Like this right here, what this can't be is seasons. It cannot be seasons. It needs to be new. Right? so that the morale, I'm basically going to stress the morale here, so that the morale going into fucking the end of year 12 and the like the seasonal activities, not these seasonal activities of like specific to winter 20, like I'm talking about like summer solstice, winter solstice, shit like that. So that when we're doing those things that like help boost the community and bring more people back in for like those, you know, those guaranteed seasonal activities of like the Reveler title seasonal activities, people are like, actually, we're having a lot of fun. We're not coming back to grind out summer solstice, winter solstice, or cookies and shit like that. We're coming back, or we're here because we really enjoyed what we got from here. Or even if we didn't enjoy it as much as we wanted to, we know that going into winter 25, we're definitely going to have fun with it. And at the very least, while we're having fun with it and figuring it out, we also have like revamps to some of those like holiday things or whatever. Spring 2026 is, I would say, paramount to the success of this new format. But I would say the communication. This is me drawing a phone. The communication. I'm trying to be arty because I knew friends in art school. The communication. That's my signal. That's my phone. Communication here needs to give good morale to go into here. If we still feel like Bungie's like tiptoeing around shit by Winter 25, just give it up. Just give it up. It's not happening. Don't even worry about it anymore. But also, yeah, because that's the slick thing about this whole Frontiers thing, is that off rip it kind of sounds sketchy. It just kind of sounds like you're just selling me a used car here. But also, they have given themselves a whole year to sell us on this used car. We're still leasing episodes. Bungie. There you go. We're still leased out to this car right here. So before we could even like, it's not like, we already know that this is just seasonal model redone, and they're trying to work out new small things like not the pinnacle activities, but like the Pathfinder and shit like that. So we're going to thug it out here and go, well, we already know this is rehash shit, but that's to be expected after the launch of their final expansion, or like their last annual expansion, the closing of, you know, this entire 10-year saga. Perfectly fine. That's justifiable if year 11 is very dead for the game in comparison, right? And not even in comparison, actually. I would give Bungie the leeway, like, they could chill the fuck out this entire year and try and cook up for year 12. I didn't even need Echoes, Revenant, and Heresy, truthfully. You could have given me one of these things and be like, yo, bro, honestly, we burnt the fuck out. We had to cut a bunch of staff. There's a lot of new shit changing. And please go play other games for the time being. And not please go play other games, but, like, we understand if you do, we kind of just, like, need to sit down and cook for a little bit. I'm pretty sure the fans that leave, knowing that, feeling good about that, will return for sure as soon as they see that trailer. Because we're not going to cook up a Destiny 3, but, you know, at least we'll know that there's going to be some substance going into year 12. But we're already bought into this used car here. This is literally a used car. And while we're leasing this one out, they get to sell us on the same thing next year. And Bungie still gets to get away. I'm not trying to be dark side royalty lore here. I'm not trying to be super duper negative Nancy. But they technically get to get away with selling us the same type of package deal, but just in smaller doses now. Because again, maybe the seasonal model just doesn't work, right? Maybe it's just not in the cards for us to go this seasonal. What the fuck? What? Oh, I'm erasing it from there. Like we just don't we don't have the time to really like churn out an entirely different thing. So I'm okay with it so long as one, I don't feel like the game still lives and dies by the FOMO feeling of having to play every day. Because I've been able to drop this game, as you guys can probably see. I have not played this game since like the second week or third week of this expansion, I think. Since Dual Destiny came out. I think I've run it like 5 times at most. Done. I'm good. I don't need to play this shit. I just need my fucking Pantheon ring and my seal to come. That's all I really care about. So they're good. They kind of get away with doing the same thing here. But obviously, as long as the morale is good and the transparency is good, and there's not like any shady shit happening, I think they're within their right to do it. New things, challenge the idea of Destiny can be on. Actively prototyping non-linear campaigns, exploration experiences similar to the Dreaming City or Metroidvanias. The fuck is this? Okay, cool. That's a specific thing. And even more unusual formats like roguelikes or survival shooters. Each expansion will present a new opportunity to try something different. That is awesome. They're really going gung-ho in a new... And they're trying to go in the new direction. And you know what I would even say? This specific line here, this is clear pandering to us, right? Not in a bad sense, just like, we know how much y'all like the Dreaming City. We're going to give you more Dreaming City style. And they're kind of going back on the word of, like, overselling. Like, no, then don't expect any more things like Dreaming City. No. Expect less. Very smart for them to go back on their word here. Word. But this unusual formats thing, I would speculate, I would theorize, is a direct result of them having to give up the games that would have probably explored this stuff, right? Like, Destiny's gone from having like 6 side projects or 3 side projects to now working on just Marathon and Destiny. Those teams that they probably had working on, or those people that they probably had working on survival shooters and roguelikes and different types of games, that probably just got brought back into Destiny. They're like, oh, actually, let's just make the game that we currently have more open to be like those, you know? Parting from one-shot campaigns doesn't mean we are turning away from the great storytelling going forward to return the mystery, the wonder. It's woven into the fabric of the early Destiny when the story felt ripe with possibilities and epic sense of exploration and discovery. Great stories are as important as ever in our creative vision, and Allison will touch more on that below. 2 expansions per year. Our seasonal model will be changing as well. Instead of 3 episodes, 4 major updates per year, on every 3 months. So they're getting rid of like, look, this is a good thing. They're saying this. We're not going to continue with the 4-month cycle. We're going to go back to 3 months. We're going to change what the 3 months actually is called. It's still a seasonal model, but maybe the content release or the content in the seasonal model. I'm sorry, I should not be eating while I'm trying to make content. The content in that seasonal model will just come to us in a different package. So technically it's seasonal drops, but it doesn't work the same way. Like, it's not like the 100, leveling system and da-da-da. Like, they said they're going to bring back, artifacts and whatnot. But again, maybe they're just going to revamp the gameplay. Each expansion will launch alongside it. It also just kind of feels like, if I'm really going to be cynical here, when I see shit like major update, rewards pass, and like, codename Surge, codename Arsenal, it just makes me think like, yo, y'all remember Destiny 1's April update? You remember how much you love that? Well, we're gonna have 4 April updates now. You hear me? Did you hear us say April update? Like, that's kind of what it just feels like. So I kind of feel pandered to, and it's smart, but again, we have to just really watch the transparency going into the next months. Keep very high note of what they drop, why they drop it, if they explain why they drop shit, and why they say they're implementing certain things into it. And when they mention the core game, keep focused on, like, how they treat PvP, bro. Not because PvP should be the highest focus, but like, if they continue to keep people in the dark about shit like that, like one of the 4 modes of gameplay in this game, which is like, you know, PvP, or whatever the fuck. If they choose to kind of keep people in the dark about that, then you can just use that to gauge what else they're going to keep in the dark about, right? It took years for people complaining to be like, yo, can we have a fucking map pack, please? Like, can y'all give us some maps? And they finally did it. They did it already, right? Yeah, I assume they did it. I think I played them. So, just keep an eye on shit like that. Because it's cool to, like, boost morale and be like, yeah, we're listening to you guys. But, like, just keep track of what they're keeping track of, if that makes sense. Like, what are they consistently updating you on? What are they kind of just leaving out? And that kind of will tell you how to not boost your morale, but how to temper your morale going forward, so that you don't get yourself fixed on hype for shit that actually wasn't ever told to you. Refresh of the core game, bringing new activities and more content, which means they're gonna bring back new maps, bring back old maps, bring shit out of the vault. That's just what I hear when I see that. We're also excited to announce that Destiny 2 into Light, these updates, their content will be free to all players. This is the hugest thing, though. This is why it's slick, right? You can't get mad at Bungie for giving us a rehash of the same style that we've had before, but just slightly different if it's free. Right? If we're not paying the $10 or whatever, or $12 or $15 every season for what would you call it? For a season, right? For a seasonal pass, then if it's free, it's fuck it. You really can't judge it like that then. That means that the game, like, if they just made Destiny free now, and they're like, we're just going to monetize a little bit more, like, Eververse stuff is going to cost more, but, like, the game itself is going to be free, but just cosmetics will be a little bit more. I think every YouTube content creator kind of loses their job, or most of them lose their job, in terms of, like, what they can complain about. Like, if a significant, this is not assuming that people are going to watch or like, you know, grifters or some shit like that, but like, this is, if mainly the complaints about the game can kind of be erased if the game is free, because it's not necessarily fair to judge a free game, then you're fucked. You can't really complain about most things. So this kind of would take some accountability off of Bungie's shoulders, just being free to play. Not assuming that they're being malicious or just going to give us less content or trying to give us an excuse to give us less content, less thought out content, less depth in the content that they provide us. It would just be an easy defense against, like, oh, this is $100 game that's impossible to get in, versus this is a free to play game that's very hard to get in, but hey, it's free, so shut the hell up. You know, stuff like that. That's going to be a lot cheaper, easier for anyone to play or recommend. Remove the major barrier for the experience. 2 things with it. Approachability. Oh, they're saying the word. Too complex with literally hundreds of activities. You practically need a PhD to decide what to plan to get it worse. I'm glad they're saying that out loud. We're going to start the fix by modernizing activity UI and the director. Okay, let's see what that looks like. The portal. Portal screen will be new default activity selection screen, placing the current destination. What? So I have to change the emphasis on this redesign and clean access to wider offering activities, updated rewards, as well as the quick access. You know what's crazy? It's been an hour, right? I have yet to play this fucking game. Quick access to the current expansion event content. This will be grouped into categories. More on this below. Expand to present up to a few dozen activities. Every activity will launch from the portal will feature updated rewards every season. Viable path from the highest tiers of weapons and armor available. I intended this most activity. Okay, solo ops, fire team, flashpoint. Okay, for match made or pre-made groups. Okay, pinnacle ops. Okay, so Nightfalls and then Crucible. Notice how this. I was about to say, if I hit the Control F on this and there's no mention of Gambit, I already know what's happened to it. But let me just jump down to Gambit real quick. will not be rolled into the portal categories at the start of the next year. We are still figuring out our plan for this beloved game. Beloved. Okay. We still have some ideas ranging from close integration into the Crucible category to standalone events that feature it. Oh, that would be cool. Standalone Gambit events, because then that would bring people's hype around it a little bit more. Like, actually, I think it would be hilarious, but it would probably be atrocious in implementation if, like, if you kind of made, what are they called? It's been so long since I've played this game. Public events. If public events just triggered Gambit activity. Like, oh my god, 8 people are in the same realm, or in the same, like, server, and, like, in this part of the map. Boom, now they're locked into this part of the map, for this public event, and this public event is now tweaked to work like Gambit a little bit, where it's a team thing. Like, let's say, you know, I'm trying to think of the 2 that I farmed the most, which is like the War Mine and the Drill. Not the Glimmer Drill. Actually, no, the Glimmer Drill could work too. But, like, okay, if we take, like, the Glimmer Drill, it's like, all right, cool, go to the 3 places, the teams who capture the places, or spend the most time capturing the places, because you have, like, your 3, it's like the Fallen thing, like, you break the little thing, you break it 3 times, like, you break it in each of the places, and that activates the heroic public event. But, like, just standing in that last Glimmer thing, it'll be like a control point, like a control flag in that sense, where, all right, the team who stands it the longest type of thing, it's going to be atrocious, but if you just made that, if you made, like, certain activities Gambit, like, whenever there's 8 people in a place, there's a chance for it to, like, trigger, I think that would be hilarious. I think that would be fucking hilarious. But then you'd also have to rework spawns in those areas. Like, it would be atrocious. Bigger activities stop mattering if the challenge drives up. Okay, yeah, cool. Increases either. The team is cooking up great wave gameplay modifiers that give enemies some. Just give us back skulls, man. Depth weapons, artifice armor that will be available from these higher activities. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. Next multi-year saga starts with codename Apollo. Hello, I'm Allison. Nice to meet you, Allison. D2 narrative director. I'm a fresh face at Bungie. I started during. Wait, hold on. Allison Lurs Bungie. I don't know. I feel like, yeah. I feel like I've seen her before in, like, one of the Vidocs. Maybe not. Final shape ending. The episodes to follow on is epilogue, tying up the light and darkness. Yeah, so that is the leeway. I'll send us off what's ahead. The episodes close the doors and open new ones. Okay, you'll see the teasers in the later 2 episodes, and then fully kick off Codename Apollo. The next saga is also based on a core theme, much like Light and Darkness did. New characters, factions, twists, and there's a lot more here to say by Codename Apollo and non-linear. Previously in stories like The Final Shape, you experience the stories A, B, C to D, in a straight line Codename Apollo story. Dozens of threads you'll explore and discover. So when you land, this will be great for lore people. Like, imagine, like, Myelin and Bife splitting up to 2 different parts of the galaxy. One going from A to D and the other one going from D to A. And then they kind of meet in the middle and go, what's your analysis of it? Oh shit, I might have a different perspective on it because I experienced it in a different way. Now we kind of need to figure out this lore book. It's like what Myelin was doing with the new lore books that talked about, like, Oryx and Savathun fucking with, like, this precursor race type of thing. Like, you could see that Myelin is very excited to decode this new lore, and I wish I had the lore book so I could read it for myself, or I played the game enough to just read the lore in game myself. It would be awesome if I wasn't 10 years late to the party or so, or almost 11 years late to the party. Actually, no, yeah, 10 years late to the party. If I could just go through one day and read all of the lore books on stream, just take notes of them and just figure things out for myself. But we have Bife and Myelin for that, so it's okay. And I guess Evade too, right? Evade, Evan F. Are Evade and Evan F the same person? I don't know. I miss more. What the fuck happened to more console? Wait. Oh shit! I'm sorry. You're gonna see my YouTube. Okay, more console still exists. I love that, but he's a monthly guy now. Fuck off, dude. Skip.
I said wake up. from the surface of the planet deep in.
Yo, bro, you don't know like how pivotal More Console was to me, like 10 years ago.
Hey.
Yes, because this man was doing he was doing Halo stuff, and I was heavily invested in like Halo 4 shit, like the news that surrounded Halo 4 and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure he switched over to Destiny at some point. But I was like heavily Destiny Easter egg. I think this is the first time I heard of him. That might have been like the first video I've seen from More Console. It's hilarious that I was able to just go to that. Destiny leaked new concept. Yeah, and they start to go like more Console's lead up to Destiny is like Yang Ya's lead up to Metal Gear Solid 5. Like that's when I really got heavily invested into individual gaming journalists. It's like it's like political people when they're like, ooh, legacy media sucks. I'm gonna go listen to my independent person. And then I was like, yeah, Game Informer doesn't exist anymore. Or like, I don't have Game Informer magazines anymore. And G4 doesn't exist anymore. So I'm gonna go listen to some YouTuber nerds that are gonna fucking tell me about the games that I don't have time to like look into. I got heavily invested into Yang Ya. I still fuck with Yang Ya. I still fuck with More Console. I don't think I'm actually subscribed to him or ever was, because it's like before shit like that, before I even had a channel, so I didn't have like my algorithm and shit like that, or I don't know what the fuck I'm even saying anymore. But like, I'm not trying to be reminiscent right now. I mean, it's a 10-year, it's a 10-year stream. If I don't play this game at all today because I'm too busy reminiscing, fuck it, dude. Yeah, like this stuff, I'm trying to remember. Was it True Vanguard? It was True Vanguard. Has this guy posted? Oh, he has. No, this is a different person.
Green weapons at you.
No, it's not True Vanguard. True Vanguard is he's a different person. Damn, look at these thumbnails, bro. Ass. No, this just goes to show, bro. Look, 7,000, 15,000, 9,000. It just goes to show, man. It's not about this. I'm just me talking to myself. It's me projecting right now. It's not about the look or necessarily the marketing. It's about the consistency, man. Look at these thumbnails. Thumbnails are exactly the same, but like, oh, he's experimenting with new ones there. Got another one there. Like, you can see the progression of motherfucker shit, bro. If you ever think about starting a YouTube channel, just study your motherfucking people, bro. Destiny beta gameplay. Hold on, we're taking a break. We're coming back. No, we're coming back to it. Let's listen to Allison first. Holy shit. Oh my goodness. Hold on, we're letting that rock. I'm gonna let that simmer for a quick second. Whoa. While you play and discover, the more story progress, experience a certain number of threads open up the next part of the story. We have codename falling away. Story makes certain sense, flows from beginning to middle to end. There's no time gating. Ooh, there's no time gating. There's no waiting for the next drop. Folds based on the player's progression. Holy hell. Most mysterious, weird, and not afraid. Destiny is at its best when it's mysterious, weird, and not afraid to try new things. Hallelujah. Sorry, Daryl, if you shared, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna read it now, but I will read it in a bit. I'll read it tomorrow morning. Holy hell. That's something that you really want to hear, because this is for the people that are specific. Like, Bungie is just how you know they're tapped in, right? They just suck at communicating because they were able to go, here's what people have been complaining about for the past like 6 years, 7 years. Here's every pocket of the complaint, every niche complaint. I'm gonna address that. It's like a really good president going, yo, hitting you with the Sammy Sosa, and be like, I know what y'all feel, and you going, oh shit. The shift in non-linear stories isn't that didn't make sense. It's the structure that fits Codename Apollo best. The narrative structure of the releases that follow will be quite different, structured to suit that game's experience, and we want to continue to innovate each expansion across both gameplay and narrative. So that's awesome. Turning it off because it's now starting to get cold. Into the unknown. This all sounds like a big change, and it is, because with the rhythm of our story becomes predictable. Story. I have to innovate. Oh, how can we innovate? Gasoline that will propel us into the next few years with a clear theme, goal, and destination that won't come. So we're gonna basically, I assume, we're just going to the Forerunner planet, which is cool because like when Halo 3 ended, we started talking about like Forerunners and shit like that. I really went into Halo 4 going, oh, I cannot wait to go to this Forerunner planet and fight these brand like new ancient beings and really just marvel at the architecture of these new levels, and I didn't really get that. So hopefully we can kind of get that. Wow. Hold on, we're watching some Destiny beta gameplay real quick.
Hey guys, True Vanguard here. Just wanted to show you a video.
Holy shit,
if you
this
didn't
is
get a
this
chance
is
to play
unbelievable.
the Destiny beta, you're extensive too. So I figured I'd upload some
Oh my
gameplay
god, it
footage
looks
here
so
for you,
bad.
so you could see some multiplayer. This is one of the
Bro. Y'all don't know how badly I missed this level. This level, bro, when I first set foot on this level with a sniper rifle, and I got like my first 2 snipes, that's when I was like, that's probably the first time I've ever seen a successor to anything. Like, that was the first time I was like, oh, damn, this is mind-blowing. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen in terms of like, oh, we got a new thing. We got a sequel. Like playing Halo 1, 2, and 3 didn't register to me as a child because I think Halo 2 was already out by the time I started playing the first one. Because I was a fucking kid. And I couldn't even get through the Flood without having my brother play with me because I was scared shit. And so we beat that. That was our bonding thing. We beat those 2 games together. And then Halo 3 came out and that motherfucker went back to DR or some shit like that. So when Halo 3 came out, like Xbox Live was lit. Had your friends, had your party and whatnot. But it's not like I was waiting for Halo 2 and judging Halo 2 and going, oh, how much better is it? Like, what did they do differently? It was just like, no, I got more Halo. Halo 3 was the same way. I got more Halo. Oh my God, you can build maps. This is awesome. Halo Reach was like, oh my God, there's going to be no more Halo after this, but I love this. I didn't really like the BR or whatever. Now I love the battle rifle. Because, we have it now. But there wasn't like a culture of specifically shitting on games if they weren't perfect 10 out of 10 masterpieces, especially compared to their previous installment. Like I feel like there wasn't a toxic the vocality of the toxic minority was not as apparent. Ooh, words. I'm nice with, no, I'm just kidding. There was no vocal minority. It was more so like, we're all fucking nerdy gamers, so if anyone's complaining, y'all just making us all look bad. Shut the fuck up. Like, you probably stink anyway, type shit. So, you didn't really hear that. Like, I was too busy dealing with motherfuckers at Xbox Live calling me every slur in the book to give a shit about whether or not, I don't know, whether or not the balancing of weapons in Halo 3 was accurate. Like, it didn't matter to me. I wasn't really analyzing my gameplay to become MLG Pro. I did have MLG Pro aspirations for like a hot second, but that all ended once, organizing and coordinating a team came into play. It had nothing to do with skill. It was also like, it was just more so like, yeah, how do you get a group of 4 people to like sit down and practice daily and shit like that? Like, are we gonna do that? No, we're not gonna do that. So getting the end of like, oh, there's not going to be any more Halo, whatever. And then getting Destiny and going, oh, it's going to be like Halo and COD? What? So different. Never, ever has a game mixed 2 genres before, because You know, I'm like 12. When did Halo 3 come out? I'm gonna say 2007. It was 2007. I am 6 years older than the thing. So I was 13 at the time. I was 13. I'm 6 years older than the current year, is what I mean. So yeah, 13-year-old playing Halo is more so just like cool. This is awesome. Getting Halo Reach was like awesome. This is dope as shit. I'm probably not gonna play these side game modes, but I'm gonna play the story. And at that point, I think COD was out, right? That's 2010. COD 4. I think COD 4 was 2011. COD 4 was 2007. Okay, so that makes sense. Yeah, because I didn't play much Halo. I think I played Halo when I didn't play COD. Like, I played Halo 3's campaign immediately, and I played COD 3's campaign immediately. But I don't remember playing Halo as much. And I was gonna say the same thing for Reach. So I was probably in like COD. MW. Not that one. Yeah, when is the original MW3, bro? $2011. Okay, so yeah, 2011. And 2010. That's crazy. I felt MW2 did take a lot of my time of my day. So that's like the first time you kind of see something like that, and then going from Reach and going, damn, we're not gonna get any more Halo, to, oh, what is Destiny? What is this? It's just it's a single name. It's a single word name, and then getting into this map specifically, and just you take that first sniper shot, you get that first kill, and you're like, we have more of this. I can't believe it. It feels new, but it somehow feels right. It feels familiar. It didn't feel like they just repackaged Halo and gave it to me. Obviously, because like I'm flying around, I got my boosters. I've never played a zone before. Like, I didn't do that shit in Halo. I played SWAT and Slayer. I didn't play any other mode in Forge. So like, seeing shit like this, going through, and it probably looked exactly like this. The game probably played at 360p, truth be told. It didn't. But like, seeing shit like this at that age, for the first time, you see motherfuckers and you try to shoot at them. You're like, what the fuck? They got weapons like this. I think there's a turret here too. Yeah, there's a turret there. I can't shoot that. How am I gonna get around this guy? Maybe I can. You go through that and you're like, he turns and you're like, wait, maybe I can get this tiny part. What if I shoot at this tiny part of his head? You think I'll get the kill there? No, I can't. You die to this guy a couple of times and you circle around to like the cave area. You're like, oh, I got an angle on them. You're learning the map for the first time. You're like, this is such a huge map. I'm gonna find my spot. Like, what's a good spot for me to chill at with this sniper rifle? And bro, this was a completely different life, I would say. Like, that first year was I know I'm losing. Motherfuckers coming in like, he's reminiscing. Why is he playing a potato? I say that to say, like, bro, we have come such a long way. Such a long way. Hold on, let me open up, actually. Let me show you exactly how far we've come. Come the longest way. Let's see what True Vanguard has to say.
That shot was high and to the right. That should not have connected. Now hits. And I didn't see it register either one of them. Now, that is so cool to me. Kind of merging those two worlds. Now, that right there is call your own speeder that you use to get around in the campaign. You can summon that, and I'll show you that later in this clip. You can summon that in multiplayer and get around the map if you want to. That is so cool to me. Kind of merging those two worlds. Now,
it's funny to me too that like summoning your Sparrow is such a cool thing to True Vanguard, because what's it called? Now if you summon your fucking Sparrow in like Sparrow Control, it's annoying as shit, and it's used as like a gag, right? Because maps are not designed to be that big anymore.
Now, that right there, those Like it's
That's awesome. Destiny. Why does Erexia sound so familiar? I'm not trying to see the goddamn campaign. Oh, it's a Sony conference.
Hey, we got more guys down low.
It just sucks. Yeah, it's the fucking scripted dialogue.
Cover me. Cover me. Cover me.
It just like sucks that that what's it called? It sucks that when Destiny 1 did come out, like we had like the whole they I was gonna say deleted. They fired Michael Salvatore, whatever his name is. Now we're seeing the scripted stuff that we saw back in the beta, like the initial relaunch. Like that's not all here. Like there was so much negativity with Destiny 1's launch. I'm very surprised that it survived. Because there was a lot of like, oh my god, you guys got rid of these things or whatever, which is fair, it's valid. I'm not making fun of people for that. But it did, like, it immediately plagued the discourse around the game. Look at my beautiful fucking hunter. What was I doing with this? Was I doing a raid? I feel like I might have been raiding with this, and I was like, oh, we need last stand. It might have been a raid. Oh, I don't even have, yo, my controller's not even up. Dog. Right, can I do this? Okay, cool. I don't have to. Vanguard rank points. Okay. Act 3 starts. So we'll play through Act 3. And while we do this, I will listen to I'll listen to other people's takes on this. Just to see what Astacross has to say. What what's my boy's name here? Should have not been looking at my chat. I'm very sorry. Okay, when you get free, check on Insta. I got you, my boy. Okay, it's the new Zelda timeline. Destiny 2 lore. I'm gonna wait to get on Bife's video because I think that shit's an hour long. Yo, dude. Like, only the Destiny community, only fans who came from Halo can make something as fucking cool as Dynasty. I remember watching Dynasty leading up into, was it Lightfall? I remember getting high. I used to live in an apartment in Brooklyn that had like this really tall ceiling, and when I installed a projector in it, so whenever I laid down in my bed, I was basically just laid out looking up like almost at the ceiling and just watching movies on the thing. I missed, that is the only thing I miss about, I love my girl so much. That's the only thing I miss about that apartment was the projector on the ceiling. Because right before Lightfall came out, I got high as fuck. I started watching Dynasty, and it was like, yo, this is what the community does. Like, Bife is not the only one to do. Obviously, he's probably like the biggest one, like 1 million subscribers. He's probably like got like the best show of force here in terms of raw output and just like what you can do with cinematic storytelling and just like the dedication and shit like that, because he's also working with other people. But like, just being able to go into like year 9 or year 8, whatever the fuck it is, and go, yo, we have the privilege of people in our community who make shit like this. And then I don't think I ever finished Dynasty, but like the first third or half of way that I got through, because I definitely knocked the fuck out because I got a little too high. Don't smoke weed. Like seeing shit like this, like, oh my god, they made their original model, and it's not like they're like rewriting the story and going, yo, the story should go this way. This is literally by reading through fucking hundreds and hundreds of pages of lore and going, what is the best way that we can tell this story in movie format? Not like this story is beautiful and it's not being properly told in the game. I mean, that was definitely his and most content creators who ever talked about lore, that was definitely their argument. within like the first few years of Destiny, right? Like going into Destiny 1, Destiny 2 and shit like that. And I think Forsaken might have changed that a little bit. But this wasn't that. This was made out of pure love for the game. What is a story that I can tell that is topical, that is probably going to be loved, and that I can make beautiful in a movie format? And he did that. Look at this shit. This is not in the game. This is crazy. I say all that shit to say, yo, your most recent video, this shit here was trash, my boy. Was fucking trash, my boy. And you know it. An hour long of rehashing. I said this shit too. An hour long. Ooh, I gotta finish this though. This I've been wanting for so long. And I started to watch it while it was streaming. I just didn't. I was at work. This right here, you should delete that video, my boy. It's not too late. It's not too late to delete that video. This right here, though, we'll watch. I will give Bife. Yeah, just because I like hearing Bife's voice, I'm not going to listen to Astacross. Yeah, I will go in order of lore. No, you know what? I'll start off with Dado. Go to Bife. Or Mr. Fruit. And then I will go to Astacross. Oh, actually, no, because Fallout's short. Fallout's short. What is this? 26, 19, 58?
Doesn't, like, it just kind of sits there, right?
Sorry, my boy. All right, let's do Fallout first. This is so much. I'm not watching all of these on stream because it's going to say the same shit over and over again. Not that they are repetitive. I just mean like I'm not good. I will listen to these off stream, but I'll pick Fallout just because it's the shortest one, and then I'll listen to Bife's take as a lore perspective because Fallout, Astacross, and Dado kind of cover the same thing. I just appreciate Fallout a little bit because this video is not an hour long. That's the only ranking here. And then I'll save this. I'll pin this for later. All right, listen to this guy. And I'll tell you guys what I discovered from the other ones.
Today, going over the future of Destiny 2
I'll put this in the background
Destiny
too.
10-year anniversary. For this video, I'm going to share with you my live read of the future of Destiny and everything involved in Codename Frontiers, but I will link the articles down in the video description if you want to read everything else that came out today. Hope you enjoy. Paving the way for new frontiers. Today marks the 10-year anniversary of Destiny. We set out in 2014 to do something new and different for our studio. We've conquered the Witness, looted dungeons, ascended to the Lighthouse, and more. Now we look to the future. We're plotting our course to the stars through Codename Frontiers. We closed the door with the final shape, but we are opening too rigid. Ooh, okay, you have my attention.
I'm going to listen to Bife actually because he's going to read the article. I wanted people's takeaways from it. And I feel like Bife is going to actually do a takeaway. Listen, man, I cannot wait for my Pantheon ring to come in because, bro, this right here, well, Quillam's got me through, what's his name? The Witness. But this right here, this loadout right here, it's all you needed for Pantheon, pretty much. You might have to switch, like, I actually, sorry, this was Pantheon's loadout. You would switch over here sometimes. You would switch out this for like a galley, or maybe sometimes I would switch out to like for this shit like this. But oh my god, bro, yeah, it's been so long since I shot a weapon in this game. I cannot wait for it, honestly. So let's get to it. Let's listen to Bife while we do it. Let's do the thing that I've been doing since I started farming for the Imago loop, which is play this game and listen to Bife. You guys are going to get a genuine Destiny experience an hour into the stream.
Greetings, Guardians. My name is Bife here. So, a few days ago, I released a video talking about the crisis that is plaguing Destiny. Today, I wanted to talk about...
Sorry, I gotta lower him first of all because his voice is way too silky and it's making me feel very weird inside. But also because Okay, I was about to freak out, my boy. I was like, what's been unplugged this whole time that I just have not been aware of? Because I have my my USB dock unplugged, but that's only for my my music stuff, which I'm not using right now, but also for my headphones, which I will have to probably charge up. My headphones are on 10%, so I have to plug that in right now. I'm so sorry for the people who just came in. You're gonna have to watch my lower back as I figure this out. How about this? Right there. That's one. Can I get a 2? Clean? 1 and 2. Okay. We're plugged in. We're ready to game. We're ready to game here. We're done reacting. We're only enacting ourselves on the world. You know what I'm saying? Okay. What else is up here? Oh, disgusting. Gold chest in the pale heart. Why are these here? I feel like I'm not the type of disgusting person to just leave shit lying around, am I? Oh my god. Okay, I will save these. Oh, this is ornament. I'll take the ornament. I'll take the ornament. What the hell happened here? I do not want this carom shell. I'm not fucking with this Karen shell. Okay. Now, where are we supposed to go for this? Receive mission briefing from Failsafe in the helm. Ew! I don't want to do this! Okay, let's talk to Failsafe first, and then I'll talk to Bife. Or I'll let Bife chill in the background here. Ooh, I forgot that I changed my my thingies on my controller. My thumbsticks. Feels very good. Feels very, very good. Thank you, Shepard, for the spam. I was wondering what the fuck my phone was lighting up for earlier.
Well, this.
I wonder if Bife's gonna be like, yo, I apologize for being so negative Nancy the other day. I was just upset. Because that man also invited me to go look at his car collection. And I wasn't in town that day.
Greetings, Captain. Ikora has requested that I accelerate my studies of the Nessus Vex, so I am overclocking my internal...
Can you guys hear?
Captain, I'm gonna disengage my socialization filter, if that's okay. Maintaining this uplink takes a lot of power. Yeah, this is better. I'm running those scans Ikora wanted, and I've got some ideas about new sample
Did she just
sites
turn off her
for
pep?
Nessus. And hey, I want you to know, I'm glad to be a part of the team again. Working with you and the Vanguard, the whole deal. It's really
Nice.
It's nice. I like to be useful to people. It gives me a reason to, it's part
Live?
of programming. So even if I don't sound excited, know that I am.
Wow.
I am way.
How are we getting character development for AI?
Anyway, ready when you are. No, filter's not re-engaging. Let's just get going.
She deadass has a happiness filter? That's hilarious. What is required? I don't want to do anything other than what is strictly required here, my dude. Okay? What else do I do? What? Okay, I'm not farming for weapons here. Please tell me what I need to do. I just, like, every time I come back to this game after, like, about 2 weeks of not being part of this game before, not playing it, I become a new light. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. Just please tell me, show me the way. Damn, I gotta capture one more control. Okay. Okay. Where would that be? Oh, okay. No. Waypoint me. Alright, let's listen to Bife.
Of course, this is not only the 10th anniversary of Destiny's release, but also this is the release of the new update to what Destiny is calling Codename Frontiers. This features, apparently, 2 new expansions, a change to the definition of expansions,
Also, if you guys like the
and
stream,
a whole load of
please don't just follow on Twitch. If you have a YouTube, please follow. Please subscribe there because I make content on YouTube. I swear, I'm not lying to you. I make content, but it's I'll probably post my reactions to stuff just because I went on a long ass rant. But what would you call it? I mainly post anime content. So if you like anime, please do me a favor, give me a sub. I'm trying to reach 500 subs by the end of the year, and I am at 446. Oh no!
The way that content is delivered to us. The short version of everything is that we should be looking to expect some attempts at changing up Destiny's content formula. I don't want to go ahead and talk about some of the other stuff that's on Bungie's blog right now. The portal, all of the changes
Sorry, I had
coming
30
up to
FPS.
gear and challenge and all that. All of that stuff that you can hear from Datto. You can hear about it from Fallout. You can hear about it from a bunch of other people. However, today I did want to focus on the narrative and everything that's going forward, because one of the big problems that I highlighted in my video a few days ago is the fact that for Destiny it feels like we have run out of road. There are definitely going to be moments in the future where that is still a persistent feeling, but at very least today...
You know what's crazy? Check this out. You know how, like, you can't res someone in Crucible if you're taking damage? Oh my god! It's the same thing here sometimes. When you go to pick this up, it resets. Okay, now... Oh, look! There it is! There it is! There it is! Holy shit! I need you guys to chill the fuck out. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh look, they're occupied. No! Please just die. Okay. Jesus, man. So much for Prismatic making everything easy. I am shite at this game once again. Could you believe that I played Pantheon and got the seal? Could you believe a Godslayer of LFG, who did not have to be carried by anyone ever, is playing the game the way he is right now? Okay, so she's not going to be speaking to us for a little bit.
We have a shape to Frontiers, and that's actually relatively important. It means we get the ability to sit there and say, okay, we can expect this in the future. There is still a reason to invest our time in this game. And that, ultimately, is what people are still looking for. I think we should then go ahead and jump down towards what
I need a sniper that's as good
the most important
as the
part of it to
Supremacy,
me,
or
which is
almost as
just
good as the
note that
Supremacy.
This is going to be the beginning of a new saga.
That
a
is
new
like
multi-year
stasis.
saga, for that matter. This is a point picked up on by Alison Lurs, the narrative director at Bungie for Destiny 2. And yeah, let's just go ahead and read through this. We're proud of the final shape and the ending we created for the Light and Darkness saga. And we knew that the episodes that follow would act as an epilogue,
Yeah,
tying
motherfuckers.
up Light and Dark's hanging threads, but also setting us up for what's next. The episodes close doors
Wait, is
and
this
open
like-
new ones, purposeful ones. Storylines
You're
that are set
bugging,
in place
bro.
to prepare us for what comes next.
You think I'm
And
about
what
to
is
drive all the way
next
over there?
is our new saga. Just for context, and so people can see, there are a few images here that have been linked. I have no clue where half of these places are. No clue what any of this is, in fact. Normally I'm able to give you some kind of lore analysis for things, but ultimately...
Life
I'm
is lost? That
mostly
means it's
fresh
really out of
luck
his
on these
jurisdiction.
ones. This could be anywhere. The sort of escaping structures here implies maybe that we're looking at some kind of smaller superstructure generally, but still, I have no clue. These keep appearing everywhere. Maybe there's some kind of colonization and
God damn it.
habitation pod, but who knows? Right now, I'm taking a stab at things, and yeah, not a clue. That being said, let's keep reading. You'll see teases of it in the later 2 episodes and then fully kick off with codename Apollo. The next saga is also based around a core theme, much like Light and Darkness did. It will introduce plenty of new characters, factions, twists, and more. There's a lot more here we will say eventually, but we don't want to spoil the journey for you. This will be a multi-year journey, one we can't wait to take you on. Our first expansion, Codename Apollo, is a non-linear, character-driven adventure. We'll talk more about this when the time comes, because, yeah, ultimately that's going to be something that is an important detail to think on, but when I hear, I'm not the only one for this, when I hear non-linear character-driven adventure, I actually think about one of the initial pitches for the way that the campaign for Destiny 1 Vanilla was meant to work. The problem, of course, with that was that it was rewritten within the space of, I mean, like a year.
I forgot that's what it was. It wasn't that they cut content. It was that they rewrote it, and it was
because they
fucking
trashed
vague.
the original campaign for good or for ill. It's something that happened. So yeah,
I remember people were like, "Yo, what happened to old Chicago? What happened to old Russia?"
Those moments at which that concept maybe gets revisited and we get to see
You just
what it
push
would
me?
actually be worth. Because I think the important point about that is we don't know if that campaign concept truly worked because Destiny 1 Vanilla was, well, dare I play the Exo Stranger clip again? It was Destiny 1 Vanilla. It was terrible. So ultimately, maybe there's another chance for them to take a stab at this. Bungie is just better at writing characters now than they were back then, but also, I think it's fair to say that that's partly because of the fact that hopefully in the making of Apollo they are under a little bit less duress. I don't know that.
I feel like Bungie is better at writing characters now in Destiny, but
at the very least, the vibe from
might have been better.
developers I've been hearing stuff from in the studio is excited. So I have to hope that
Destiny
that's the
1's, sorry, Halo 3's character writing is definitely better than Destiny 1's character writing. So you can't say they got better. They definitely got worse for a quick sec. But by Destiny standards, for sure. Definitely got better.
Anyway, let's keep reading. What do we mean by Codename Apollo is non-linear? Previously, in
back
stories
on.
like The Final Shape, you experienced the story as A to B to C to D in a nice straight line. In Codename Apollo, our story takes place over dozens of threads you'll explore and discover. So when you land on our brand new location, the story starts at A, and then you can choose if you want to explore C first, or try to get into B, or maybe investigate D.
Get these out of here.
And the options you didn't
Can't keep
choose,
eating them.
and don't worry, those other options are still open for
We
you
have
to go
fat.
back and play through. You'll need to. Because the more you play and discover, the more the story progresses. So experiencing a certain number of threads opens up the next part of the story. The order in which you explore will be something you choose. But we have built Codename Apollo in a way that the story always makes sense and flows from beginning to middle to end. So there's no time gating, no waiting for the next drop. Codename Apollo's story unfolds
Oh, he's still reading
based
it
on
too.
player
But I think he's just
progression.
taking out excerpts.
Destiny is at its best when it's mysterious, weird, and not afraid to try new things. This shift to non-linear stories isn't something we're locking ourselves into, but it is the structure that fits Codename Apollo best. The narrative structure of the releases that follow will be
I love
quite
the accent
different,
sometimes.
a structure that suits
Oh, he
that
said it
game's
again.
experience. And we want to continue to innovate with each expansion across both gameplay and narrative. So the whole thing they've just been mentioning there with narrative structure, yeah, I
Oh, he
hope
said
that
it
this
3
would be the kind of
times!
take that they would go with. Not necessarily that they would always be mixing up the narrative structure of each expansion, but more so the idea that it should fit the
go
expansion
through
and
here?
what it's going for. Maybe sometimes that means we return to a linear campaign, maybe it's something completely different entirely. I don't know. The point is that as we keep pushing through all of this, we will see more changes, and I hope that the experimentation bears fruit. The general vibe of what they're putting out here tells us a lot about the idea that they're willing to go ahead and make stumbles in front of us as long as they communicate those properly to us. They want to try on the communication front.
How cool is this game, bro?
And
You could
that's
just
good,
do shit
but
like that.
also ultimately
That wasn't
it
even
tells
that
us
cool.
that, well,
But like, if you
there's
had
another
just
half to
shown
this
me
which we're
that
gonna
sequence
talk
of
about at the
movement,
very end, which is more about
like
the
I didn't even have to do
general
this.
reception of the player base
you could just
more
show me like
entirely.
running around like
Into
that
the
fast,
unknown.
killing a couple
This
enemies,
all
and just
sounds like a big
popping a
change, and
sparrow
it
out.
is.
In
Because
Halo
when the
3 era, I would have
rhythm
been like,
of
yo,
our
I'm buying this
story
game right
becomes
fucking now.
predictable, or when characters and our world fail to change, that's how we create a situation, not a story. So how can we innovate? By telling a story that keeps up with our innovation, not one that slows it down. That means
here,
an
right?
evolving world, giving space for new characters, growing and evolving factions, making sure the story
Damn, I
we
wish I had
tell is in a world we have nurtured, and with characters who grow in turn. We believe in rewarding the player for paying attention without punishing someone not knowing something. That way, everyone gets to come along for the ride no matter how deep in the lore you are. You'll see that approach starting with episodes and continuing into the new multi-year story.
I just want to see
So when we think
the
about
exo.
a multi-year arc,
Like, I hope I don't have to wait till
what does
Act
that look like?
3 to do that. I hope
Think
like
of it as a
part of Act 2
constellation
or
of
the beginning of Act 2
stories
can do that.
united by a single theme. We will show you what that theme is later, but suffice to say, we believe in it. Think of this multi-year arc as a web, not a line. Each release fits into a larger saga. We can't wait to take you on that journey. Story is easy to spoil, so I won't ruin the details for what the theme in Codename Apollo is or what it's about, but I will give you something to look forward to.
Everybody explodes.
Apollo ends with the narrative gasoline that will propel us into the next few years with a clear theme, goal, and a destination that won't come.
I don't know why
at
Dad
you
will be
as a
complaining,
straight
man.
line,
Being a tank,
but will be well
being a
worth
goddamn
the trip.
god for 99% of the
reward
enemies
you,
is fun
to
as hell.
surprise you,
When
and
you're
it
not
will
grinding.
take us
Sorry. I think that's the difference between like content creators, gameplay, and like the casual. I don't think the casual gives a fuck that most of the things that they run into, they steamroll. I think a content creator who has to farm this shit 24/7, like has to play this game as much as they do, yeah, they're gonna feel that after a while. They have a right to complain, obviously, and it's a valid complaint still, but it's not. I don't think it's a complaint that really scales to most players, unless most players have been around Destiny for like the entire time, and then they're like, actually, yeah, even if we don't play as much, it kind of is boring. Then I can understand that, but I just don't feel like it's the experience of most people. Because just being able to point my gun and use the weapon that I fucking grinded so hard for to kill something quickly is like, oh yeah, this is great. I love this.
I'm getting a call. Hello?
Guardian, this is Osiris. It's Singh.
Oh yeah, I forget. I'm
Be
in.
at the helm immediately.
I'm at the end of Act 1 right now.
Sounds important. We'd better go.
Wait, what happens? I saw another one in here. Wait, did it go away because I touched the water? The milk? What happened? Why is there an enemy nearby? Why are there multiple enemies nearby? Wait, what is this? A lost sector? What is going on? I don't think I've ever been here before. And why is it directing me outward? Wait, what? Why would you get me out of here? Whatever. Well, that was fun.
The places Destiny has never seen before. See you when the time is right. So, there's a few notes here that can be made, and I'll touch on this again near the end, but it's nice to see the note that they have in one of these middle paragraphs talking about how the story needs to be approachable, how you need to be able to jump in and talk about this and experience it, whether you are a deep lore nerd like myself or whether you're someone who is just jumping in with the story. For the longest time, people have sat there and said, I don't care about...
Sorry, bud.
Come in. Terminal. Guardian,
What's up?
been unable to get through to Saint. The Vex must be jamming the frequency.
Saint unit, please respond.
There's no interference. His comms are open. He's just
Not answering.
answering.
Wow.
That is not
AI in training. That's fucking
Something's
hilarious.
wrong.
One moment.
Wait, if there's a
I
1.0,
triangulated the last known coordinates of the
what
Saint
about a
unit.
2.0?
He touched down not far from the Nessus object impact site.
You're gonna make me go back to Nessus?
Impact site. Guardian, you know that area. Go
Can I
back
break
to
his neck?
Nessus and follow his path.
I can't. I can only bring his neck so
Please.
far.
Saint can stand against any Vex.
He'll turn around. Yeah, he'll turn back around.
But I
That's
feel
hilarious.
There may be something more sinister at work here.
Coordinates. Ready when you are, Captain.
It'd be cool if she turned around too. Oh, she's gaping! Oh my god! Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Please don't take me seriously. Why is Why are there two? There's no waypoint here. Why is it acting like there's a waypoint? Am I the waypoint? I don't know. I remember the year 1945.
About this. And you know what? I think that there are a few different reasons for that. It's partly because there's no potential future in the game. It's partly because people don't see a threat. And there is just a general degree to which some people aren't here for the story, and that's fine. But
Sorry, I don't want them
I
to...
left Osiris in the helm, against his objections. Nessus is undergoing a rapid metamorphosis. And until we understand the nature of its evolution, I'm not risking any lightless personnel.
Damn, racist. Lightless. Get your lightless ass out of here.
Vex's oldest enemies. They hold him in esteem, if that makes sense.
Okay.
If they capture him, it won't be to kill him. Or go deeper than that. Let's hope it's nothing. I'll be your eye in the sky for this op.
Thank you.
Failsafe will be tech on the ground.
Thank you.
Good luck.
So much love. Right, AC's going back off. Already too cold.
with regards to those other things, there is also the point to be made that some people don't care about the story because they don't understand the repercussions, because it's kind of impenetrable. Bungie has long had this problem, so I don't know what the exact approach is meant to be.
Sorry, I got it.
The Vex just let him pass?
That
Yep.
appears to be the case. How ominous. The Saint unit may have entered peacefully, but it appears the captain will meet violent resistance.
That was my kinetic tremors, man.
I love this part.
Oh, it is 2. Wait, hold on. Is kinetic tremors 2?
Guardian.
Pussy.
Vex are peeling back, retreating under suppressing fire. Those are infantry tactics we normally see from the Cabal or Fallen. Or Guardians. Something in their strategic doctrine must have changed. We need to get to Saint right away.
Whoa. Sorry. I'm not supposed to do that. I need someone to turn me invisible. Thank you. Oh, I was just about to activate Prismatic. I hope that shit did not take it away. Very lucky.
But at very least, this is a focus for them. How they do that, I don't know, but it's always going to be a tricky one, and they're always going to have to consistently gauge where they're at with this.
Good, it is 2.
Sometimes they'll get it right, and sometimes they'll get it wrong. Trust me when I say that as someone who is really deep in this, it's very easy to get your linear, narrow focus in on one particular objective and forget that people need to understand why you're there. And that's not me saying the narrative team will do this, I'm just saying it takes a lot of cognizance to keep in mind the broader picture, which is what they're saying they're trying to do. Then again, that could just also be a skill issue on my part. They may well be better storytellers than me, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. Anyway, the vlog ends with that we come to a close. Well, a new beginning, really. Over the next few months, we'll be dishing out more deep dives and engaging in more conversation. We have
Very
no
glad
doubts
I went
the
invis
above
there.
breakdown of Codename Frontiers plans will spawn far more questions than we can answer, but we'll be looking to keep you up to date as we take flight. Keep an eye on the deep dive section as we'll be adding links to further topics. Thank you again for joining us on the first 10-year journey in Destiny. We've been through so much, battling the darkness and stopping the witness. Now it's time to look to the stars again. It's time to imagine
Damn it!
Dream big and explore what our future can be within this universe. We have our heading and hope to see you join us along the way. The Destiny 2 dev team.
Oh, I forget that
So,
abilities count for
there's
this.
there's a big point that I want to get to with all of this, but I think there is a bigger point to take away from a whole bunch of it, which is simply this.
Muzan!
There's a lot that's been said here.
I'm gonna
A lot
kill
of it
you!
is indeed correct. They're saying a lot of good stuff, particularly with the ideas of how they're still delivering content and the idea that they're still giving people stuff to invest into. But there is also a point at which a blog post is not necessarily going to do everything for everyone, right? So, what do I mean by that? Well, the initial reactions that I saw to all of this on Twitter was simply a lot of cautious optimism. But also, there's some people who are just downright disinterested. I think a lot of people need more action, less words. And that's not an easy position for Bungie to be in, because right now, they're in the process of finishing this stuff up and delivering it and making it. So ultimately, it means that you're going to be sitting there waiting for all of this to drop, whilst everything is going on in the background. There is no immediate fix to this problem in Destiny, and unfortunately, it leaves Bungie in this very precarious position of having this long, hard road back to
Nice, the
player
sweet chin
trust.
music. I've
And
gotta
for
have
some
that.
players, the journey is just over, and they have accepted that, and they've made their peace with it. And they may only ever return to Destiny for a Destiny 3. And
Oh, here we go. This existential crisis.
Saint, come in. Where are you?
Just an error, compounding into the future.
Sounds like me when I'm gooning.
The Saint unit cannot hear us. He appears to be engaged with a local signal.
A local signal? This is bringing back bad memories of Lakshmi 2 and the Endless Night.
Oh, look, it's
Afraid,
mentioned.
Traveler, I'm wrong.
Diverging
Shit.
from the true path, corrupting our timeline.
The Saint unit's transmission is originating from behind that barrier.
Get us in there, failsafe. Whatever it takes.
This is fine.
I can bypass security.
if that's the case, then so be it, because you know what? Yeah, they
Sorry, I wait for
experience...
them to finish
But the
talking.
Vex will be absolutely homicidal about it. Please keep them
Looks
back
like a
while
ship.
I work.
Okay.
It's a 10-year saga. They enjoyed their time, they got their money's worth, and that's a fair decision
Say-
on their part. Bungie is going to have to entice them back into the game, and that is not going to be easy to do. For one, there is the point at which you provided players with a perfect jumping-off point. As wonderful as the swan song of the final shape was, it was still for many people a swan song, even though Destiny is not technically ending. I think also there is the important point to be made, which is simply that some people are still outraged. There are a lot of people who just won't play this game so long as Pete Parsons is the CEO. And
Nah, that's
really
bullshit.
frustrating because
That's
at the end of the
bullshit.
day,
That is fucking cap, bro. It's not like any new player or potential new player is like, Pete Parsons? The guy from Microsoft that came into Bungie and fucked it up? Oh, no way, I can never get behind that. That's not what's happening at all. It's not like any old players are like, oh, since we've learned about Pete Parsons, I'm not doing this. I refuse to fall for this trap again. Motherfucker, Eververse has been around for God knows how long, and we're all still here. It's not what's happened. People refuse to play this game because they're burnt out. Because they've been playing it for 10 years, and we've wanted it to be something else, and it took too long. And boom, that's it. People are just tired of waiting for the game to change. They will come right back whether or not Pete Parsons is the CEO, so long as Frontiers looks cool. If the next saga of Destiny comes out, and it's like, oh shit, after Apollo, and it's like, wow, we have a clear direction. It feels like Destiny 1 again. No one's gonna give a damn about a Pete Parsons, bro. How you like that, buddy? Why don't you freeze? How can she slap? Yeah, I refuse to believe that. People are not going to play this game because of Pete Parsons. That's bullshit. We didn't even know. We had no idea who Pete Parsons was this whole time. And if you watch the Michael Salvatore thing, he's been around since Halo 2, Halo 3. He's warmed himself into a position of power since then. There's no way that people are like just finding out about him like, I protest. No, bro, people are just going to play other games right now.
It means the devs, through no fault of their own, have a much harder job. It means that the studio...
You know what? This is why, like, this is how you know it's bullshit. Because how long has it been corrupt? It's been corrupt, apparently, since before Destiny was even a thing. So it's not that people are aware of it. Like, people were just not aware of it. And even if they are now, like, it's not swaying. It's not doing what you think it's doing. People are not playing this game for different reasons. People are not playing this game because the PvP is not balanced. And they love PvP. They got into it for the multiplayer and they've waited too long. And they're going. Like, and that's a minority of fucking people. It's a minority of a minority.
Going to occasionally have to rein in their ambitions when it comes to these new projects. And despite what the projection here is, that they want to try ambitious new things and they want to experiment with Destiny and do things that delight and surprise players, it's going to be harder to get all of that done. Because, well, it's just fewer of us. And this leads me to one of my two major points that I want to make here, which is this focus that they've had throughout all
Why
of
can't I
this
dodge
on
right
the
now?
idea of making it so that the game is much more approachable, something which you can access and get into.
That's
as a
my
new
grenade,
player.
not my dodge.
Something which you will need a little bit less knowledge about the lore to understand. All of that's important beyond the spectrum of what's already been touched on, because right now, I think universally we can all agree that one of the ways for Destiny to get out of its malaise at current is with new blood. There are no incentives for new players to jump in the same way that there would have been years ago. Yes, Destiny has a lot of content. Yes, there is a staggering amount of stuff you can do in the game. And yes, when you get into the experience, it's amazing. There is no connective tissue between the start of your experience and what would be the best part of it in the end game. There is a need for a reapproach to stuff to do with Into the Light and a new player content package that introduces people into the game. The tutorial.
Why are you on my dick?
It's not enough to sit there and have boxes of text pop up. You need an actual voiced tutorial, perhaps. You need more investment in that, and that's not always easy to justify because, you know, ultimately this is going to be something that leaves a lot of Destiny players in that weird space of like, well, this isn't.
Just in case killing this last one activates it.
Worried about this. I don't bother.
Fucking get it, baby.
At the end of the day, Bungie may need to cut into some of that so that they can build those resources out because it's now more important than ever. The vision that is required for the future of Destiny 2, ultimately it requires players. And that's the really big problem. If we don't have players, then, well, what's all
Get
this
him out of
for?
here! I
Nothing.
love Prismatics
And
so much, bro.
Ultimately, that also leads me to my last and biggest point with all of this, which is simply, again, despite the fact that there is some cautious optimism within the community, despite the fact that this does give us what we need in terms of a multi-year journey being
Gaping! I'm sorry.
confirmed and with the first few steps of it being revealed to us.
I have to do it again because I did it before. There's one more joke because rule of 3. That's about it.
I was never meant to be here. This reality belongs to the real Saint. It is dead.
Oh, he got. He's arrested.
Only his imitation.
Saint, can you hear me?
I am not a person. Just a copy of a copy of a copy.
Who's he talking to?
A new golden age is coming. Free from falsities.
Is he speaking to Lakshmi?
Like me.
Come on, big guy. Snap out of it. Osiris is waiting.
Osiris. Osiris.
Oh, sweet.
Ikora. Guardian.
I've got you, Saint. Don't worry. Thank you, Guardian.
Sorry, work shit. we gotta talk about this. We gotta talk about what the hell just happened here.
Even if it's just in code names, I think it's also important for everyone to understand that other point that, again, some people are just gone. And it's not about the fact that there are people who are disgusted.
Oh yeah, year 10. You know, I've never gotten a when's my when's the cutoff to do the Salvation's Edge thing? Because the Witness Emblem does look cool. But I also think I got the Final Shape one, did I not? I did not do the Final Shape. I want to do this. I'll get this one. And Legend. Actually, I think Legend is the only one that I really give a shit about. I got Guardian games. Glorious. So I got my Crucible. Legend just feels right. Justiciar. That's crazy. I feel like the thing is I can't get the Iron Lord one because I missed out on it. Even though I have it. Fucking stupid. I can't get it. Let's see if Bungie. I'll look into this real quick. Let's look at the seals real quick. What is this? I'm good on that. It's a skateboard deck. That's hilarious. I don't care for the Solstice, Intrepid. I have this. I didn't order it. And this too. I like this better than this. I don't care for the name of it. You know, like just Salvation's Edge, Raid. Transcendent sounds cool. But when is the... You have until December 31st. Oh, earned by October 8th. Okay, I'll place that order. What else we got here? Do they have like old ones back? Give me my fucking ring, Bungie. I need my ring and my title. I think I also did Brave, but I didn't care to get the Brave one. These other ones I couldn't give a damn about. Yeah, there's no Iron Lord. So I can't get Iron Lord because I missed out on that. I missed the 1 week of Iron Bandit that would have allowed me to be eligible for it. So I got my Crucible one. And there's no way I'm carrying several people to the lighthouse and then paying $300 for the seal online to buy the physical one. On different maps. Yeah, I'm not doing that. No. Like, this is cool, but the thing is I'm not getting those carries, so it's whatever. And then instead of feeling like I need to get Reveler, I can just get the year 10, which is cool. The year 10 also kind of works. Transcendent is just such a cool thing. Year 10, so yeah, like a Final Shape, a year 10, the Guardian games, Crucible, and then a Raid one, I guess. It would have to be this. I guess, right? I guess. I don't know, man. I just don't want to go through the toxic shit of LFG to do it. Yeah, I'd rather just complete the Final Shape one. I already have my fucking Pantheon one. I have my Raid one. I don't need another Raid one. I have the Raid one. I don't give a damn. And like maybe if I was like one of the seasons, I'm sorry, this is like really boring. I'm glad no one's in here right now. Yeah, it's whatever. So I gotta find Cayde's stashes. going on, buddy?
Saint, what did they do to you?
I don't know. A voice spoke to me on Nessus. I could not deny its commands. It was not like any Vex I have seen. It connected to my mind and called itself the Conductor.
Okay.
Exo and Vex do share radiolaria as a base material. Maybe they were interfacing for intel on our operation.
They cared not of our plans. They measured my humanity,
Oh, okay. That makes sense why you would be scared for that.
my legitimacy.
I would probably be too.
They said, "We are a lie, Osiris. The real Saint 14 was not meant to live. You love a forgery."
Saint.
My existence is in error. You chose me because your saint is dead.
Preposterous.
Almost like
Oh my god.
a simulation.
Oh my god.
No.
Oh my god, I just realized. I'm gonna
You're the
wait, I'm gonna
man
wait, I'm gonna wait, I'm gonna
before.
wait.
To the serial number.
I'm gonna wait.
In the corridors of time.
Corridors.
I only peered into
Why do you say it like that?
timelines that mirrored our own. I didn't want to pull you away from a happy life or change you. I wanted to rescue you.
See, you're as close as mathematically possible.
Yes.
Saint, this doesn't change anything. It's a tactic.
It is.
You feel real to me.
We know you. And you know us. You're right where you belong.
But this feeling, this displacement, it rings in my head. That voice, I hear it still. I would like to be alone. Alone, please. For now.
Yes.
I know it's useless to tell you not to worry. But try. I'll look into this.
Hey. How you doing? How's it going, Failsafe?
Hey, Captain. Is Saint Unit okay? It sounded like that voice. He called it the Conductor? Said some
Conductor,
stuff that
doctor,
really
doctor.
got to him. I never thought I'd seen him shaken up like that. He's always so strong. I figured if something bothered him, he'd just laugh it off. But I'm sure he'll be fine. He's surrounded by people who care about him. You, Osiris, Ikora, and the whole Vanguard. No one can stay sad when they're surrounded by that much support.
That's facts.
I assume. I'll continue processing all the samples you've extracted from Nessus. Now that the Conductor has harmed Saint Unit, I have disabled my compassion protocols. We will locate it, and we will make it pay.
That filtage is crazy. Damn, y'all just giving me shit. The problem is I don't have space for these. I love the design though. Well, I'm not actually a fan of the design. I'm a fan of like the gold with the light on it. I'm not necessarily a fan of the way it looks. Right, this is not interesting to me. This part, or like this part is. Should look 3D printed though. Yeah, I forgot. I rolled with Artie for this. Envious Assassin firing line is great. I'm so glad we grinded this weapon, man. I'm rocking it. I'm fucking with it. Piece of cheese. Alright, talk to me. Is this available for... Ooh. Where are the, Where's the old armor at, man? I still don't have this gun. That's cute. That is cute. Can I have that? Thank you. For Black Talon. Okay. Wow, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse over here. They give you 350 bright dust for free every week? That's awesome. Yeah, where am I getting the old armor set from? Let's look this up. Oh, this isn't Cage Stash then. Okay. Makes sense. Let's listen to Bob's video and look for the
This time,
stash.
it's based on another thing. Bungie has talked a lot over the years about how they're changing up the Destiny formula, and the reality and the resounding result of that is that every time they're saying they're changing up the formula, yeah, they'll add quality of life stuff and they'll improve some bits and pieces here and there, but the needle doesn't really move. And that's a big conception that needs to be changed. Destiny needs this kind of fresh growth and change as a franchise. It's wrong to say that it's been resting on its laurels, because, I mean, there have been ups and downs in this game. If it was consistently great, then I think maybe we'd be able to sit there and say that, but that's not the case. However, there is a lot of complacency with regards to stuff that's going on in Destiny from... Well, I don't know if it's right to say it's from the developers. If you say from Bungie, that kind of hits everyone with it, but yeah, there's just a general note that some of this stuff works and it doesn't need to be fixed, but not all of it does work perfectly. That's why things like the Portal and approaches to core game rewards and activities, no matter what they are, it's important that these turn from words into actions. So
good, he's saying the same thing I said.
The development process
We're on
as
the
it
same
goes
page.
on, yeah, very important for that side of things. Very important for players to understand it. And generally, I think Destiny needs to get to this point where they are more approachable and where we are able to see these updates actively turn into stuff in-game that we'll be able to sit and play. As a general point, I think Bungie's path back from everything here is a long...
Hold on. Double check. Okay, I'm rank 8. How do I get to 9? Why did I do this to myself? Why did I do this to myself? Why did I do this to myself? Okay. Okay, cooperative focus mode. Pinnacle Wars. Why does it not... Wait, well, I have to do this again? For real? Okay, that's light. I'm not doing that right now. Yeah, wait, do I have a good equal spread on my shit right now? Holy shit, I do. Wow, look at this. I'm a good guardian. We're just normal men. Let me change my fashion real quick. It do look like some type of hell spawn, which I'm fucking with. Might as well just play this whole thing. I'm good on that. Cade, my boy. Whoa, is a chicken. Let's find these stashes while we listen to some
hard
life.
one. It is one that will require consistent effort. They basically need to keep a lid on everything. And if they don't, then, well, it's just more of the bad morale for the community that we've experienced over the last year and a bit. It's just more of the same that has been frustrating to the community ever since Lightfall, and since the first and second round of layoffs. The general vibe of Destiny is that it's a game that is dying, and until Bungie changes that with stuff that includes action and shows
How is that a general
real
vibe?
success in terms of the numbers of players coming back, until they are able to actively address some of that and show that the game has pep in its step and some life, then I fear it's going to continue on this road. Does that
We know exactly
necessarily
where to
mean
go
that
for this
things are
first
over?
one, actually.
No, we've seen successes that bounce back from failures.
Oh, I know
Look
where I'm
into
going.
the-
I know where I'm going. 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 First of all, let's check these corners real quick. Let's check our corners. Let's do our homework. Let's do the easy stuff. After this, I'm going straight to Zavala's room. Did I make? Oh, it pushes you back. I really thought I was clever. I did something that people probably have known does not work for years.
Light. It's as simple and as recent as a few months ago. But I don't know if that's always going to be the case for players. Lots of Destiny players are just tired of this narrative, and we'd love it to be able to change. Before we end here, I also wanted to just briefly go over my own thoughts about all of this, which is simply... Well, I think in the past I would have called it cautious optimism, and there's an aspect to which some of that might still apply, but I think it's more appropriate in this moment for me to sit there and call it a...
God
damn it.
I
thought it
think
was
I
Cade.
heard her mention this place once. Her secret hideaway to get away from all that nonsense in the hangar. Let's not tell anyone about it.
No, I need to die. Okay, good.
cautious approach. Bungie is saying all the right things, but as I said, just because you're
So not a
saying the right
stash.
things doesn't mean
God
it
damn it.
turns into actions. I trust some of the developers within the studio to get that done. In fact, I trust a lot
Wait,
of
there's
them.
an Echoes thing at Oh, that wasn't a thing. That wasn't like a thank you for speaking to Ikora. That was a please go speak to Ikora. All right, so I'll make my way over there. I'm going to hit Zavala's room real quick. Hopefully that gets us the first one. Because I don't see anything around here. Nope. Imagine one requires you to get like pushed off the map by someone. Look at me. I'm good. I'm so good. I'm Sandra D. Oh, sorry.
To get it done. But I have a fundamental distrust of the management and leadership of the studio at this moment in time. I do not trust Pete Parsons. I do not trust the higher-ups. I am sitting here worried about the future of
I don't see
Destiny
an
as
ace
long as they're at
symbol.
the helm. But at very least, there is a road now. There is a road that everyone is at least trying to follow. There is a pathway forward for the game that involves the next however many years. And perhaps more importantly than all of that, even though it's something which, you know, may not be
gonna
followed
go
to
for
the
it.
letter, it gives everyone a chance to turn these words
Maybe
into
not.
an action over at Bungie. When the words become actions, when we're trying to invigorate things so that it's easier for new players to get into the story, turns
My
into
only
an
question for Bife is like, did you not think that there would be a roadmap eventually? Oh, the music shuts off. Damn, they still haven't put like a mural here for him yet. Oh, that's such a fire thing, this up here. Didn't even realize that there were hammers up here as a shield. Huh.
Think of it as training, Guardian.
No, I'm not doing this.
Stronger from this.
Alright. I'm not listening to Zavala's mixtape. Yeah, my only question for Bife is like, did you expect there to not be a roadmap at this point, you know? Like, obviously one was coming. They weren't gonna announce that Destiny was over. So what's the hullabaloo about?
actual campaign where players can easily understand the story regardless of where their lore knowledge is. When all of that happens, essentially it's going to become a moment where we were able to turn around and say, okay, yes, we believe you. But there need to be a lot of moments like that. Destiny has left itself with a single pathway forward, and that's the long and hard climb back up. We all know who the perpetrators and the ones responsible for that are, and it's a shame, because to a certain extent it feels like some of the hard work that went into the final shape is moot. But I don't think that's entirely the case. You know, we still, despite the layoffs, have a lot of talented devs over there in the Bungie studio, and clearly they still want to go ahead and release content. We're still getting things like new raids and dungeons. We're still getting reasons to jump in and play the story, and they are trying to reinvigorate the approach to storytelling.
This is up to the devs, whether or not
saga,
the game was going to
the
continue.
direction that it gives us is going to be a big part of some of this, because again, we need a reason to play things in Destiny. We need a reason to engage with the story. So if we don't have that, yeah, that's a solid problem. All that being said...
Bro, we didn't have that for like 2 months, though. Why is he speaking like this was an issue for like, I don't know, seasons? What, Xur is here? What the fuck are you doing here?
Is not my own, is yours.
Oh, we selling something. I'll take one of these. Was it good?
Now it is yours.
Renewal Grasp. Verity's Brow. Oh, that doesn't. These do not mix. Fuck me, dude.
If the nine do not go looking for the nine,
okay. I still have yet to find a single stash. Rakesh, are you hiding it behind this door? There's nothing to investigate here. Maybe there's one inside the ramen shop? It's very annoying that there isn't. Just give me the easy one. Alright, I don't see anything over here. Let's go talk to Ikora real quick. It's about to be a cutscene.
The witness is dead. There was no predicting what would come next. But this is what we know. When the witness fell, the Black Fleet's eons of salvation and death surged.
Oh.
Its darkness merged with the Traveler's light, formed first into memory, and then into shape.
Look, we're winning the Witch Queen armor too.
This impossible object, this echo of the fleet's victims, holds immense power, and it was left for anyone to find. The echo grants the ability to compel, to control, to command.
The head shape looks so flat and weird.
And with it, the conductor has the potential to turn their threat into our annihilation.
Yeah, they looking back at us. Okay. Is that what you had to tell me? Pulled up on Ikora and she was like, yeah, check out this fucking movie we just made. I have to speak to her again? What's going on? I hope no dialogue plays.
I don't want to call it cautious optimism. I'm just looking at this cautiously now. I'm not optimistic until I see those words, as I said, turn into action. When I sit here and see what they're doing with Apollo and what the changes that they're trying to bring to fruition in episodes are when I see more about what Behemoth looks like and what the...
Sorry, we're back. I heard us. We landed. Whatever.
Major updates are and what they might be doing to improve the new player experience. Until I see all of that, I don't want to render a final judgment and say things. What I would say, though, I may not be the only one who is sitting there and looking at this in the community, and the phrase rather, cautious optimism is being thrown around quite a bit, but...
Yeah, by you?
Genocide. Thousands of civilizations
that's how you pulled up?
across the universe, all visited by the Black Fleet.
Oh no.
All lost to the violence of the final shape. That's where this echo comes from. At least, that's our theory. Reports from the Pale Heart. Readings on the valence.
I love Ikora being the one who like introduces the act to us.
Everything
like
we
Act
faced
2,
when we
pull up to
stared down
Ikora.
the witness and broke
Go for
its
some morale.
fleet. At first, we didn't know what to call them.
I feel like it would have been
Echoes
Zavala if, you know,
memories from
Lance
the
Reddick was
victims
still
of the
around.
pyramids, held by the darkness, then coalesced by the light into artifacts as sharp and fatal as their pain. If darkness is memory and light is form, what else could they be? But there's still so much we don't know. Is this the only one? What forgotten people gave form to this echo? What was their final cry at their end? For
forgotten
control?
people.
A means to turn back their oppressors? My Hidden will keep searching for whatever.
Damn, her
answers
hidden
the
are
witnesses
good. They've
dare
already
to
determined that this was an ancient civilization.
Hopefully, they number more than the questions it left behind. But we need to stop the conductor and secure the echo. Guardian, descend into Nessus. Massive amounts of radiolaria have been diverted beneath the planet's crust.
Okay.
We need to find out what the Vex are building there.
Good on that. Alright, let's look for some cash.
There's also a lot of people for whom there is no phrase being thrown around because they're done. Those are the players that we also need to keep in mind. Not just current players who are
Why do you
still
need to keep in
here
mind people
hanging
who
on
are
to the
not
game,
trying to play the
not
game
just
anymore?
new players who you're trying to entice into playing, but also the old guard. There is an enormous contingent of people who've tried Destiny and at some point have put it down. And it doesn't mean that they all need to come back. Sometimes you put a game down because you're satisfied and you've had a good time with it, and you're just done for the moment. But Destiny is not in that position anymore. There's a lot that's changed. There's a lot that's been screwed up and changed around in the last few years, and ultimately I think that the attrition of things has really hit Destiny really badly. If we're really going to focus on things, I think a real sign of success is not just going to be the integration of those new players, it's also going to be whether the old players who have put down the game
I see
because
nothing
of
here.
one thing or another sit there, see something new and say, yeah, I want to give that a try again. I'm going to pick this up one more time. If you manage to get both those groups on board, Destiny flourishes again, I hope. But that's not a guarantee. In fact, again, as I said, long hard path upwards to get there. So we'll see what happens, but for the moment, we have an update, we have a direction, we have a course.
Alright, bye. Not as positive as I thought he was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be a 180 flip, but it's cool. Let's talk to Mr. Fruit.
Hi, ho everyone, my name's Mr. Fruit, and welcome back to Destiny 2.
That was great. That was great. That's a wrap. That is a wrap on Mr. Fruit. Thank you, Mr. Fruit. That was big.
Can't.
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Things Only Happen When I'm Not Home, where today, things have happened, and I'm not home. So,
Sorry, let me give Dado the proper window screen. That's hilarious. We're done. I'll put him here in the corner. There you go. Where nothing happens.
Said that they were going to release some information about the future, and they dropped 5 articles. So I don't know how long it's going to take to go through everything. So we might be here a while, so I'm just apologizing ahead of time. Also, it's a very special day, very special anniversary today. I think you all know it is the 25th anniversary of the Sega Dreamcast releasing in North America.
That's fucking hilarious.
Huge day for them. I hope they.
Dado's gotten very funny, man. I really hope that his second channel does well. He's gonna be very funny to watch.
It's so early, bro. Okay. And it would be even earlier if I was actually home, so I should be grateful. Codename Frontiers, paving the way for new frontiers. Also, usually, I kind of like skim everything to be like, oh, I should talk on this and, you know, point this out and blah, 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 blah. Just so I have a couple of talking points prepped ahead of time. I'm just going in blind. Today marks the 10-year anniversary.
That means I'm going to put you on...
No, I'm just kidding. I know, it's 10-year anniversary. That was the whole joke, bro. Sorry, I'm also talking a little bit quietly because there's still people sleeping in the house. Expansion summer 2025, winter 2025. So that was something that was in some of those leaks that came out about a month ago, was that we weren't
I didn't even realize there were leaks.
any more like annual expansions. But we have 2 expansions here, so I'm wondering if this is maybe gonna feel more like a big
one
season,
has
like
to
a
be
super
with homie
extended
over
season,
here.
or are they gonna really feel like expansions? I'm sure we'll get to there. Expansion, new stories, new locations, missions, weapons, gear, raids, and dungeons. They're not dead, not that I thought they were. Seasonal update, new activities.
Do they not pop up until you find the first one?
Okay, so it seems like a lot of the stuff.
To find the first one, and the second one starts to pop up in the tower.
Dare I say, even an expansion, right? Like all of those different methods of content delivery offer these things. So I'm a hold for now. Roadmap lays out our plan for year 11 and beyond with some exciting changes to our annual model. 2 expansions per year, 4 major updates of free content.
Hold on. I've been doing this wrong. Haven't I? In the tower within the pale heart. I'm gonna take a leak. I'll be right back. right, so I will not be here for the Destiny 2 10-year thingy. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to shadow clone Jutsu my way there via cousin. Yeah, because there's another one in London, but you know I'm not making that one. Gallery Nucleus, the fuck? Yeah, unless I'm flying out to Los Angeles on the 14th, which is not happening because I'm also gonna be at the Ren Fair that week. I'm on the 6th to the 10th in London, but I'm not flying to London. Let me ask. Let me open up Discord, and let me also get myself to the right place. I knew I should have been more vigilant on this, on the reading. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, quick question for you.
Sure.
What are you doing October 17th to the 20th?
I don't know. Nothing.
Would you be able to do me a huge favor?
Depends.
Well, there's a before I say my next sentence, just know I'm streaming right now, so please be careful. There's a Destiny exhibit pop-up happening in New York, in the city, from the 20th to the 17th to the 20th. But I will be in Japan as of 1:30 a.m. the 17th. I will be on my way to Japan, so I will not be able to go.
Oh,
would you be able to go? And just appreciate it.
You want me to
yourself?
buy you something?
Yeah, if there's anything there that's cool type shit, like would be a cool commemorative thing or like shelf item, would you be able to like pick that up real quick?
Fucking Harry, bro. God damn it. In the city?
Yeah.
You want my boy to go to the city? That's.
I mean, I work in the city, so I probably could.
Oh, that's true.
I got you. What do you want me to get you?
I don't know what's gonna be there.
Like a gala?
No, because I got one. If there's like, I mean, if they do have a Nerf gun type shit and it's not like $300, then yes, please. But if there's like a cool piece of like, they should have like maybe prints of certain art that's there. Just whichever one looks dope as shit to you, just pick one up and I'll pay you for it. Just let me know.
No fun.
You could even call me while you're there, honestly, because it'll probably be like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. my time, and I'll probably be awake by then because of the fucking jet lag. Because it's gonna be the first day that I'm out there, so you could probably honestly.
Why does your mic sound like that? By the way.
What? Like what?
Your mouth. It sounds like super like.
Far.
Like robot-y, like.
Don't tell me this, bro.
I don't know.
One
Am I bugging or is it just me?
Well, I mean, this has happened to me
Sounds kinda
before. Okay, cool. Thank God.
Now I hear it.
1 second.
Does he live in New York?
I do. Hold on, man, because if this has been my stream for the past hour,
He lives right next to the city.
No, I don't. I think. I don't know, actually.
Hold on.
Only ask her. He has a Randy clan tag, Discord tag.
That's my cousin.
Oh, okay. So why the fuck?
That's one of Artie's 50 cousins.
Why does he have the Randy tag?
3 million cousins.
That's my nigga Nino right there.
What am I? Chopped liver?
Yeah, what are we? Top liver?
All right, cool. It might just be Discord because I have the mic on elsewhere or some shit like that. But yeah, Artie, just let me know.
What am I, Artie? Chopped liver?
I got you. I got you. If I'm around, I got you.
All right, appreciate you. Let me know. Love you. Bye.
Later,
Have
bro.
a fun time, guys.
Love.
Okay, maybe that'll happen. Depends on Artie's work schedule. But there's hope. There's hope to be had. That's all that matters. All All right, let's figure out where the hell these stashes are at while we listen to not Fallout, but Dado.
every year. So that's the major update,
Two
so maybe
two
some
times
sort
speed.
of like a big balance
shit is
kind of
right.
update. I'm kind of thinking like WoW does, although I don't know if WoW does it that
cool.
that often. Where like World of Warcraft will have these big
All right,
content
Kate, where's everything
updates
at?
as well, but they're not necessarily expansions. And I'm wondering if maybe Bungie, I don't want to say modeled it after World of Warcraft, but is kind of going for like a similar vibe. I'm not sure, but let's keep going. Over the next few months, we'll be sharing more info for you on Codename Frontiers. Several dev insight deep dives going live today,
Okay, that's the
which I
ceiling.
mentioned earlier. Be more transparent in
not
our communications
unfair.
with you. This means sharing our work more frequently, even if you see our mistakes and false starts along the way. So please remember that our roadmap and plans are subject to change as we get deeper into development. Fine, I know that's something that game dev
Where's
is very
Kate
scared
at?
of
Oh,
doing
yeah,
because
he's
if they talk
gone.
about like a cool
Jesus.
thing and it doesn't end up panning out, then everyone's like, oh, why'd you cancel it? It sounds so cool. So just keep that in mind, that they might talk about some stuff that might not come to fruition. You gotta be okay with that if they want to, open the curtain a little bit. Our vision for the future of Destiny 2.
Okay, here's
things
one.
have become too rigid.
Slight.
Expansions have started to feel too formulaic and are over too quickly with little replay value. Seasons and episodes
Oh, nice
keep getting bigger,
short
but can still
cloak.
feel like you are just going through the motions. I mean, I'm on board with seasons and episodes. Still feel like you're going through the motions because episode 1, it's just kind of felt like a season. I was trying to give it some time, but it still kind of feels like a season. Expansions to feeling too formulaic, I suppose so. But I still think people enjoyed having that kind of campaign type experience, so maybe it didn't
Absolutely.
feel that bad. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this on the
I think
screen.
the
I'm not sure.
grind. I think actually the problem was not the expansions themselves, but one, the expansion, not living up to hype. First of all, that's kind of what brings people out of it, and makes people go, okay, I'm probably tired of this format because it seems like it's getting stale. But it's not that the format was stale. The problem was that the application of the format was just not to expectations, or actually lackluster in the worst cases. The fuck? The fuck? Oh shit, I haven't done these yet. Arms, let's get it. So yeah, I would have to disagree there, but it's cool. We're allowed to disagree. At the landing. Okay, so it tells me. I didn't realize that this is where I was supposed to place him. That's wild. Guess I'll do this one. Lost City. Oh, they actually tell you. I wonder if this is new. I wonder if these hints are new. Seclusion. Look behind the waterfalls and up. It's a cozy little nook. I'm gonna real quick. It's one. The Lost City. It almost disappears behind what? The waterfall's misty curtain, almost. Okay. And this last one. The edge of the landing. Basks by a shallow pool. Okay. So I'll put these on. Hopefully I get triple hundreds out of this. And I'll go look for these last visions of the Traveler. I feel like that's a good way to wrap up the stream because I'm definitely not completing all 3 acts right now.
I'm probably going to edit out a decent amount of me just reading, but essentially from this paragraph, instead of 1 big expansion, 2 medium-sized expansions, and it also does not seem like we are getting that typical campaign experience in an expansion anymore, of which I am feeling a little mixed in that I like having those campaign experiences. I think they're fun to explore, but I am
Okay, these are
excited
very
to see
easy to find.
what else they could try to do. We want to return the mystery and wonder that was woven into the fabric of early Destiny. That experience has more or
Ooh,
less
we're down to
completely
2.
vanished from the game. Right?
2
I
left.
think, I mean, at least a lot of veteran players know. Maybe if you're a newer player, you don't. It's still feeling kind of fresh to you. But the early days was just like we didn't know what we didn't know, and when
That's
things
facts.
are brand new and fresh like that.
We
And,
really
you know,
were
you have
like
7
experiencing
years
the
of
darkness
experience
daily.
just on Destiny 2 itself. 7 years, things can start to feel stale. And for me, they felt a little stale for a while. Just going through the motions. It's cool. It's like I appreciate all the work that does go into it. But for the past few seasons, it's just been like checklist, 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 and that's really it. And so I'm interested to see how they think they can return the mystery and wonder of that early Destiny. Because honestly, I mean, I hate to bring up World of Warcraft again, but when they talked about bringing back classic WoW, I put out a video on this channel being like, are they going to be able to recapture the magic of early World of Warcraft, classic WoW, where just no information existed, right? Everyone was completely in the dark. You had
Why am I
like
not
2
1990?
database websites, and that was it. There wasn't a market for information
1900.
back then.
Let's get
Whereas
it.
Today, people just blitz through classic WoW like it's nothing. So were they going to be able to recreate that magic of, the wonder and the mystery of exploring, Azeroth like I did back in 2005, or is it just gonna be like I kind of know everything that's going on? So I'm getting very, very similar vibes. And
That's
the answer
true. For
me
old
when I
players,
played
it
Clash
really
of
does
Clans,
have to
it was
feel like
neat
a
to go
mystery.
back
It
for,
can't
a
just
little
feel like a
bit,
mystery for new players
but
because everything is.
when you know everything, you know everything. So Bungie needs to figure out a way to essentially go back to the past, but have it so we don't know everything. And I think that's gonna be tough. I do think that's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
Something else that very, very much interests me is this exploration experiences similar to the Dreaming City or Metroidvanias, even more unusual formats like roguelite survival shooters. I'm interested because this sounds like a potential way that Bungie, maybe not returning the mystery and wonder, but like they can shake up the formula a little bit, right? Like we all know how a season works. We know how an episode works. It's all feeling very similar. Even expansions, like we're gonna get some kind of campaign thing, then we're gonna get some kind of activity, then we're gonna get some sort of post
Last one has to be in
campaign
here.
little short escapade thing that we do with like an exotic tattoo. Like you can literally just go down the list and check. I think of it like season 6, which was the Gambit Prime season, right? Which didn't go over super great, but something that I can respect about it was that it was at least trying to do something, right? It was they said like F it, this is the Gambit season, and Gambit was still very fresh back then, so like don't.
After everything the Traveler has done,
I feel like I haven't seen this thing
I like
change.
that we can help even a little.
Whatever.
Don't look at it from like today's POV. Gambit is like less than a year old at this point, even though it still had problems. But the point is, Bungie tried to like do something novel with a thing, and I can respect that, even if it didn't work out. I would much rather Bungie try some weird stuff, right? Trying a Metroidvania, trying a roguelike or a survival shit, whatever they want to try, and it doesn't work out, versus season number 27, season number 41, where it just feels
Not there.
very similar. It just feels like a spin-off of a spin-off of a spin-off. So I totally respect them wanting to try something different. Non-linear storytelling, we'll see. And I do think maybe some of the casual audience is going to maybe not be too thrilled that they're going away from that kind of like one-shot campaign structure, because I do think a lot of people like that, right? I think, it's tough when maybe you're only looking at, like content creators, for example, like we're on the game all the time, we're maybe a little more jaded than like the average casual player who doesn't engage with any of that kind of stuff at all. So it's maybe kind of tough to gauge their opinion when
like-
we don't really have it as much. We just have like what people are saying on Reddit and Twitter and YouTube and blah, blah, blah. So
So
I'm
that one
interested.
has to be a
I'm
little
interested
hard
in
to
Bungie trying some new stuff, trying some new formats, trying whatever they want to try to shake up the formula. Because that is what this game has needed for a while.
Okay, forget it.
I think they, like, Witch Queen was like a good first step for like, changing up like the campaign experience a little bit. Not even changing up, it's really just kind of making it way better. I'm interested to see what they end up doing here, because this franchise needs a friggin' shot of adrenaline. Seasons. With the change to 2 expansions per year, season model will be changing as well. So
Surprised that it's not
we'll
on
be
top
building
of this,
4 major
honestly.
updates per year, one every 3 months. Each expansion will launch alongside a major update at the start of the season. Then a second major update will follow 3 months later to refresh the core game with new and reprised content, including activities, strikes, exotic missions, or entirely new modes like Onslaught, rewards, weekly events, features, combat meta balance. Okay, so kind of what I said at the beginning. The big seasonal resets will still happen, but now twice a year, alongside the expansions. Each update will be a substantial refresh of the core game. These updates and their content will be free to all players. We want Destiny to be easier to recommend or play for anyone, so we want to remove that major barrier to the experience, which means we need to talk about the core game itself. Okay, so before we get there, it sounds, like they're going to 2 seasons, or not 2 seasons, they're going to 2 expansions per year, probably smaller scale.
Gold
at this
Bird,
point,
wait,
right?
what?
Because they could do only one big one, and now they're trying to do 2, right? They're going to be smaller in scope. This is fine. I think this is like a nothing point, like, okay, yes, we kind of assumed that you were going to do something in the middle of one of these expansions and not just let it ride for 6 months. But excited to announce that, like Destiny 2 and Spotlight, these updates and their content will be free to all players.
Okay.
So I'm wondering where the split is of like what is now paid, because it doesn't seem like the expansions
go back.
are free. It seems like the updates are for like the like this and I mean, it literally says right here, available to all players. So I'm interested to see what like what is paid now and what is going to be free now. The core game is Destiny's always available evergreen activity experience. We need to fix 2 key things with it. Number 1 is approachability, and number 2 is gear and challenge should matter.
Need this helmet, man.
I've heard that before. Okay, I've heard challenge should matter before. First, Destiny is too complex, which might be a wild thing to hear, but if you're maybe not as in tune with the game, or you're like a newer player and you just like open up this game and it's just menus on menus on menus, you can maybe kind of see where they're coming from. With literally hundreds of activities, you practically need a PhD to decide what to play and how to get rewards that you're looking for. We're going to be modernizing the
Head
activity
back
UI
here real
director, making it
quick.
easier for everyone to find and launch into great activities. We're reworking our reward model to make sure that all those activities offer meaningful rewards. Our deep dive on activities and rewards go into more details on these changes in particular. We're going to go into those Dev Insight articles immediately after this. So let's see what else they have to
They
say.
wouldn't put another
Gear and
one
challenge should
over
matter. Even great activities stop mattering if the challenge dries up and the rewards aren't worth it. So we're investing in a greatly improved challenge customization system.
Double check. I know they
to
would.
let players of any skill range find the right challenge for them with rewards that improve based on the challenge level that you take on. Okay. Won't be
I
simple
don't have all
incoming
five.
damage increases either. The team is cooking up some great gameplay modifiers that give enemies some exciting tools to mix things up on every run. We'll have a deep dive coming soon to show off some of these new threats. As for the rewards, there will be higher tiers of legendary gear, think adept weapons and artifice armor, that will be available from these higher challenge ranges in a much wider variety of activities across PvE and PvP. These two changes will help the core experience be easier to drop into and much deeper in terms of variety and pursuit of seasonal personal mastery. Starting point for ongoing changes. Fine. Another WoW data, another WoW reference. I'm getting like slight mythic dungeon key vibes from this. I'm also like, if you're an old school player, you know Five of Swords, which was like the Nightfall modifier card that you could like put other modifiers on to give you more points in the run or whatever. Increase your difficulty as much as you reasonably could on
like
the
I
card.
said, skulls.
But hopefully a bit more bolstered. Like, it's not just like, we're bringing back the Five of Swords and that's it. Challenge should matter. Challenging to who? Because I think there's a lot of veteran players out there who I don't think are challenged by this game at all. There's a lot of veteran players who are still incredibly challenged by the game. So I'm wondering who is being targeted with the challenge should matter, right? Because if you're gonna be able to, like,
I think
oh,
it's
you could
the
scale up your card to be
general
GM level, it's like, okay, well, we're already
Oh, look,
crushing
it's right
GMs,
next
we go
to him.
even further beyond. The next multi-year saga starts with Codename Apollo.
Or where
We'll
he
see
used
teasers of
to
it in the later 2 episodes and then fully kick off with Codename Apollo.
We are here. Let's get it. And my stats are shite. Let us go. Alright, I have to only rock Destiny 1 weapons for this. So let's go into our vault real quick and pop out the icebreaker. They did mention something about an icebreaker, didn't they? I feel like people are have figured out. Oh, I'll do the long shadow. Maybe. I'll do an I can do 30th anniversary stuff. The palindrome? No, it's too much. I feel like I have to rock shit from like Destiny 1 vanilla or things that were like something like this, Techian Force. And that's not Destiny 1 vanilla, but like has the Queen's Wrath stuff on it. Like it feels old like that. So I've got my fusion. Oh, Galley. Galley is for sure. And maybe I have to figure out what I'm doing in my primary slot. I just don't have much in terms of options. You know what? Like, I'll do like a sword breaker. Okay. But now I have to change my special to a primary. Do I have any primaries that would work? I don't think I do, unfortunately. There's no way I'm using a bow. This is hard. This is very hard. Maybe this. What's this? Yeah, we Ryan rounds. Wow, look at me. Yeah, there's really not much option there. Was the summoner in one?
Hello.
Destiny 1 Trials weapons. Legendary emblem. Hold on, I'm just trying to see what, like, if the summoner counts. Oh my god, did I just crash my game? Wait, what? What? Oh, okay, here they are. Vision Stone. auto rifle. Doctrine of Passing. I remember this one. And the Summoner. Okay, the Summoner was year 1. Holy shit. I don't even want these to be open right now. Okay, so I'm bringing out the Summoner. Does it have Incandescent? Of course not. Did I not have an Incandescent roll? You have to reauthorize with Bungie? What? 1 second, let me sign on. In the meantime, I'll just throw this on. Wait, what if I go through here? Pretty sure I have this as well. Alright, cool. I do not need to reauthorize here. No, I don't have any more. Wait, Incandescent? Heal clip, kill clip. I never got an Incandescent roll for the Summoner. Wow. I mean, I'll take heal clip, kill clip, kill clip. Jesus. Alright, now we're rolling. Now we're rolling with Destiny 1 stuff. Still keep the Techie in force. Actually, no, I shouldn't. This is cool. This feels fun. What did I take out? That I'll put you away. I'll also put you away. Alright. Oh, I did have over 90. Damn. Alright, let's look at this hunter. Wow, look at him. It's not fun. It does not look cool at all. But this is what we get. There you go. Make it simple on myself. And if I find something else that's cooler, I'll rock with it. Yeah, it's not happening. I'll go ODST. I'll go ODST soldier here. Now let's listen to the rest of Datto, I guess.
Next saga is based around a core theme, much like Darkness did. New characters, factions, twists, more. A lot more to say eventually. We don't want to spoil it. First expansion is a non-linear, character-driven adventure.
I'll pull out the Traveler stuff.
They're going to give... Okay, well, I mean, they literally said... I was about to go into a whole thing. Let's read this first. What do we mean by non-linear? Previously, in stories like The Final Shape, you experience the story as A, B, C, D, straight line. In Codename Apollo, our story takes place over dozens of threads.
I am what I am. I don't want praise.
Threads you'll explore and discover. So when you land in a brand new location, the story starts at A, and then you can choose if you want to go to C, or then go to B, or then go to D. And if you didn't choose those other options, they're still available for you to go back and play
behind a
through, and
waterfall.
you will need to. Because the more you play and discover, the more the story progresses. So experiencing a certain number of threads opens up the next part of the story. The order in which you explore will be something that you choose, but we have built Codename Apollo in a way the story always makes sense and flows from beginning to middle to end. No time gating, no waiting for the next drop, which I'm sure people are very happy to hear. Story unfolds based on player progression. So I'm not like a huge story gamer. I am getting, I mean, like they said, they literally mentioned Metroidvania at the start. So they don't say specifically like this first one would be a Metroidvania, but it does feel like it kind of fits that vibe, right? If you don't know what a Metroidvania is, it's like where you got to go get a thing so that you can access like another part of a different area in the game, something like that. That could be for something like this. It could be for
yeah, it's got to be further
expansion
back.
that they do. Just kind of depends on what kind of gameplay format that they are thinking about. They're trying something different, which is something that the game desperately needs. It needs to try new ideas. It needs to try to keep things fresh, to change things up. Expansion over expansion, year over year. So whatever this ends up being, I'm open to the idea, right? Again, I know some people are going to be kind of sad about like, you know, a linear story going away, and that's not to say that it could never come back. But I'm excited to see Bungie trying some new.
I forgot these things
for the game.
exist.
So when we think about a multi-year arc, what does that look like? Think of it as a constellation of stories united by a single theme. We will show you what the theme is later, but suffice to say we believe in it. Think of this multi-year arc as a web, not as a line. Each release fits into the larger saga. We can't wait to take you on the journey. So it's not like we're going in a straight line of like, this thing happens to this expansion, which means it's going to change to this expansion, to this expansion. Apollo ends with the narrative gasoline that will propel us into the next few years with a clear theme, goal, and destination that won't come at you in a straight line, but we will
Not that
reward
waterfall.
you, surprise you, and it'll take us places Destiny's never seen before. See you when the time is right. We have 3 articles to go over. I think a lot of them are talking about the core game, so we're going to see how that changes right now. I'm going to take a quick skim and let's see what's up. Okay, so we're gonna go in this order: activities, rewards, and then the portal.
Maybe.
That makes
It
the
could
most
be
amount of
behind
sense, kinda the way I think that Bungie laid it out in the first place. So let's see what Bungie is doing about the core game. Okay, and we're gonna start with like the problem because I just read the TLDR and I think that's gonna make a lot more sense once we actually go through it. Because I started reading and I was like, hold on a second, wait, hang on. So we'll go there last, even though I know it's fine. In past Destiny releases, all attention has been on a relatively small offering of newly introduced seasonal activities, most often with a narrow range of difficulty options, if any. Rewards and objectives have focused all purposeful play into these activities to the exclusion of most others. Right. A new thing comes out, you want to play the new thing, and all the old stuff doesn't, like, it just kind of sits there, right? As a result, the ritual game quickly becomes stale and is exhausted of worthwhile rewards, and any further pursuit requires a pretty deep knowledge of Destiny or online guides to find worthwhile rewards in older activities. Kind of thinking like Dungeon Rotator, Raid Rotator, crafted weapon updates for like raids and stuff like that. Still waiting on the Garden of Salvation, by the way. I think that's kind of what they mean by deep knowledge of Destiny or online guides. Like you have to know like what's coming into the game during a certain week in order to like, get those things in the first place, right? Because otherwise you wouldn't know because the game doesn't really telegraph that to you.
I don't think it's here.
Like, oh, you know, that one little pop-up that most of you probably close out immediately on Fridays. That's like next week in Destiny, this rotator and this rotator, like whatever. The core game activities are those accessed from the new portal screen, which we are going to talk about, and are together a selection of several dozen new and updated activities that tie into the current seasonal theme and gameplay meta. The selection is updated every major update and includes the current expansion and any running events. It's an early mock-up, okay? These activities cover a wide range of activity types, from strikes to dungeons to Crucible, and are organized in categories with similar Fire Team requirements. Okay, so solo ops literally sound like the solo playlist. You got Fire Team ops, so challenge customization. The major change to core game activities is that they all support deeper personal mastery and a corresponding deep reward offering. All the PvE activities will now support robust challenge customization exposed as new options alongside selecting the difficulty. 250. I don't know if these are placeholder or like, are we getting a big stat crunch? Okay. Potential rewards based on how many things you toss in there. There's a more involved one here. Gameplay, enemy power. Well, I don't know if in World of Warcraft you can necessarily customize your dungeon experience other than just like picking what level you want it to be. Like I don't know if you can like select specific
parts of Prismatic that I have not unlocked.
Like volcanic or thunderous or like whatever other adjectives they're using nowadays. You'll be able to select a base difficulty, such as Expert or Grandmaster. The difficulty will set some base difficulty tuning, and a power target more importantly will determine how many challenge modifiers you can add on, and in some cases, which challenge modifiers are even available. Higher difficulty means more challenge modifiers to slot and a wider variety of them to choose from. Okay, so it doesn't seem like you're gonna be able to put in like every single one of them at once, or maybe you can, I don't know, because this only goes up to Expert 3. We don't see what Master 1 looks like, and we don't even see Grandmaster, so like that could have, maybe everything open and you can just throw on everything that you want. Bringing challenge back to Destiny. I've heard it. And outside of day one rating, it hasn't really happened for someone like myself. Now again, I realize I'm at the higher end of the food chain, not to toot my own horn, but beep beep, I'm okay at the game. My concern, until we get to actually see this in action a bit more, is this something that I am going to be able to participate in and enjoy and have it feel rewarding, or is it going to be like, yep, it caps out like Grandmaster, and it's basically going to feel like
be up there on
Grandmaster feels
that
today,
one.
which for me is not the most grueling experience. I realize like I'm coming at it from a very, very selfish angle, and if you are, more interested in something like this where you're not the absolute top of the food chain, then it's probably a little more exciting.
There it
I'm
is.
going in with some apprehensive for me personally. Now, generally speaking, I think this is a pretty neat thing
that's
for
one.
people who do want to take their gameplay up a little bit more, or actually have to think about their gameplay a little bit more.
Seclusion
now, I still get
and
tons
take the
of
landing.
comments
I'll do
like,
landing
you
next.
want to make the game harder for everybody. I don't want to make the game harder for everybody. I want to have the ability to make the game harder for me and leave y'all alone. And that's kind of what I'm hoping that this is going to be able to accomplish. If you want to make the game absolutely crush you into the ground, you should have the ability to tweak the game within the game to be able to make that happen. I shouldn't have to be like,
I should be listening to this.
The traveler,
This preachiness.
there's completion, a sense of duty fulfilled.
What's the landings thing? Basks by a shallow pool. Okay.
I'm going to do the all white gear challenge where I put on all white gear and see how long I can live. Like, the game should offer more things for people to go challenge themselves if they want. And then if you don't, they said there's base level
Is
things.
it not
You're going
this?
to still have advanced, expert, master, whatever difficulty you want to set it to. And you don't have to mess around with the modifiers too much, or maybe there's some easier ones that don't have a huge impact on your
This is
gameplay.
literally a
That's
shallow
fine. But I
pool.
think more options are always good. It's literally
Wow.
like never a bad thing to have more options available for whatever the thing
None of
might
the
be. I guess within
seclusion.
reason. So this is something that I'm
Experiences vibrate within this object. I can feel them, convey as much as I can to you. This experience is chaotic, changing, mutable. Matter
Behind
and
waterfalls and up.
consciousness mingling. Dreams and memories given shape and form.
Oh, that's why the Pale Heart Pathfinders are different.
excited about, but also a little apprehensive because I want to see how challenging it can get for someone like myself. Because you can add all this stuff, but if it doesn't really end up being too much more challenging, then I feel like we're kind of in a similar situation that we are in today that I outlined in my previous video, where I'm just kind of like going through the motions, right? Again, I know it's coming from like a very selfish view right now, but generally speaking, I'm into this. But I'm also into seeing how are they going to tweak the rewards, because that is another thing too, is once people feel like they have all the gear and all the items that they want, there's no incentive to actually participate in these things in the first place. All core game activities will support reward rating, which is a combined team and personal score that determines the amount and quality of rewards obtained at the end of the activity. As a team, you'll earn a team rating over the activity determined on a per activity basis. This outcome is shared by all members of the team and will always try to mitigate competition between teammates for things like scoring kills or specific setups. Cannot have a system where people are fighting each other for kills so that they can increase their team rating or their personal rating. Can't have it. At the end of the activity, your team rating is multiplied by any personal bonuses you might have. This final multiplied value is your reward rating, and this value is used to determine the quality and quantity of your rewards. This is, like, on paper, this is all fine. We gotta look at the rewards tab to see.
Oh,
what
auto
this
rifle
actually is
shotgun
Except
combo.
for Crucible. Crucible's a unique challenge because you can't
I
add
just
challenge
used it on a
modifiers,
trash
Tricky
mob,
problem that we're
but
still working on.
like,
Not gonna dwell on that too much. Expansion activities such as story
When
missions or
would
destination
you
activities
ever
present
see
unique
that in
challenges and how they relate to
Crucible,
power
you
and changing seasons. Intended outcome that expansion content is always a great way to start off a season. We'll have
I feel
a
like
path
that's
to
like
fight to
such a-
levels armor, but
should
that
be
progress
such an
via core
easy
game
go-to.
activities will be a part of that path. Raids and dungeons, it released with expansion, still represent a pinnacle challenge for players. Okay, so this is them being like, they're still coming with expansions, fine. Older activities will remain available to launch from the destination map just as they are today. Over time, it is our intention to clean up and retire some older activity offerings that are well served by the portal, such as Vanguard Ops. These have lots of ties to existing content though, and will need to be moved over gradually. Okay, I think if we don't have a section here just yet, we need some sort of a dev insight on activity sunsetting, because all people are going to read from this is just like, yes, we are still going to take things out of the game and like switch them around, kind of like what we do with the DCV right now. I get what they're trying to say. But
Okay,
a lot
cool.
Of
I'm
people are
not
gonna
the
read
only
this
one
as,
who thought
good,
that.
They're still taking things and putting it in the content vault. Great. Some extra clarity here would be very appreciated, because it's still a big talking. It's like probably the #1 talking point for trying to get new players into the game is you can't play older stuff. How does matchmaking work with challenge customization? For activities that support matchmaking, like those in Fireteam Ops, matchmaking will be available for some preset difficulties, but using challenge customization to enable different challenge modifiers will disable matchmaking. So this doesn't surprise me too much. Like I wasn't really expecting the ability to go into matchmaking and be able to make that happen. But it's also, I don't think, the most reasonable to be like, oh, matchmake me with other people with these exact modifiers on my card. I just didn't think that was super reasonable. So yeah, this does not surprise me too much. You're gonna have basic matchmaking up to a point, and then if you really want to take it even further beyond, you're gonna have to find some people to play with. Completely
like
makes
I went
sense.
too
Now let's
far.
look at TLDR. Core game activities feature a wider variety of new and updated activities across many types, with an updated selection every major update. So does this mean like we're bringing back old seasonal activities? Like, are we gonna see the Menagerie show back up or something like that? Are we gonna see some of these like Season
It
of
would be
Dawn?
fire to
Because
have
obviously it's not gonna be,
Menagerie
like all
just
completely brand
rotating
new
in.
activities, right? Because it seems like part of this restructuring is to get a lot of older pieces of content that nobody plays anymore back into rotation to maybe have things feel a little
Oh yeah,
fresh.
it's got to be here.
Which is the one thing that I actually enjoy about bounty credits, is that I get to go back to like older parts of Destiny and be like, oh, this is nice to go back for a little bit. But it seems like they might want to have that be like a bigger part. Challenge customization, easy way, provide a way to adjust activity difficulty. Okay, new full screen allows for quick access to core game activities, making it easy to find what you want to play. You just be able to log in and like go here and be like, all right, and click on Fireteam Ops, and okay, that looks pretty good. And it's given what
It's like
rewards?
behind the
actually, I don't want that,
waterfalls.
but what's giving me the, okay, I'm gonna pick that, and then go. So dialing that in, I think is gonna help a lot of the more maybe casual audience, not as hardcore audience, whoever. Even some hardcores, right? Because even me, I'm like, all right, you know, I gotta dig around and be like, okay, what's the Nightfall weapon, and should I go grind this or like whatever. So I'm interested to see if this does anything for someone like myself, or if I'm just gonna be, you know, in the Pinnacle Ops playlist, or I'm
So
just
I
gonna
don't
be
see
doing
any
challenge cards or, like,
waterfalls
whatever.
around
Interested
here,
to see how
so
this
it's
is
probably
executed
in the
upon.
other
I think
spot.
there's still gonna be some, you know, depending on what kind of activities they bring back, there might be some like, oh great, Empire hunts again, or like whatever. But it seems like Bungie actually wants to utilize some of these older pieces of content. So overall, I'm interested to see what something like this, the Portal, does for the overall player base and people who are maybe not as immersed into the game, and making it simpler for people to just hop in and start playing, and they don't have to look through 17,000 different menus. And then here, I don't really want to give my full take yet, because I want to see rewards. I want to see how that plays into it. But like as a concept, yes, thank you. I like this. Let's go to the next article.
Doubt
which
it's
is
here.
rewards. Because again, all this is cool, but it doesn't really mean anything if the rewards aren't good
What's these
enough to
guys?
support the problem, which should not be that mind-blowing. In past Destiny seasons, only a narrow range of activities received updated rewards, leading to a narrow selection of activities worth playing. These reward pools tended to be not very deep either, with most chases bottoming out with weapon perk rolls or crafting recipes, mainly crafting recipes, and armor not mattering much at all. These problems have resulted in shallow, unsatisfying grinds, and a tiny subset of the
Man.
activities that are actually available to play, with their best rewards being a matter of luck rather than skill or mastery. I wouldn't even say luck. It's more like just persistence, right? As long as you continue to play whatever activity is dropping the thing.
Okay, cool, it's a
eventually
waterfall
you'll, like,
that goes
fill all your
upwards.
Recipes, right? So it's not even really. Maybe it's luck in that like sometimes you'll get a red border and then sometimes you won't. The solution: Weapon and armor tiers. Legendary weapons and armor will be available in a deeper range of quality tiers that layer on properties like stat bonuses, enhanced perks, and other benefits. For weapons, this will be similar to how adept weapons upgrade the baseline legendary. The baseline legendary tier of weapons and armor will be equivalent to current day legendaries, with higher tiers being generally equivalent to adept weapons in terms of upgrade. Okay, I am noticing a boosted origin trait.
Is it up
so
here?
It seems like you're gonna be able to enhance origin traits at tier 5. Did they say? I don't know if tier 5 is like the highest, but like, dude, every single thing here is enhanced. So let's just say tier 5 is the highest right now. The only pushback that I really that I expect is that like getting to this state or
not that
like,
one.
pretty close
Maybe
to
one
it
of
right
these.
now is completely like material driven, right? It's not very skill driven. It's just like, do you have the money to just push into your gun to boost it as high as it can possibly go? And if the answer is yes, congratulations, you have a tier 5, maybe it's tier 4, whatever, weapon. So I might anticipate a little bit of pushback from people being like, oh, well, you know, before this update, all we had to do to get like a super high tier
Like,
weapon was
ask
just
me
shove a
these
bunch of materials into it.
waterfalls.
But now now it's like so much harder because we have to go do this and that and whatever. Now I've got to put a bunch of stuff on my challenge card and I don't want to do that, whatever. That's where I can anticipate a little bit of pushback. But generally speaking, I mean, like this feels like how it should have been for a while, right? Higher tier content or higher difficulty content gives you the best stuff, not necessarily like the highest, you know, power level that you can just infuse into something else. So conceptually, I'm into like the higher your challenge, the higher tier your rewards are. And I think breaking this bone of just like, instead of just getting a gun and then just pumping a bunch of materials into it, that you instead have to actually play harder tier content in order to get those things, I'm into. Conceptually, I'm into it. Now, something also I will say is that it doesn't seem like, you know, every time I say like, we can't possibly get more powerful from here, and then like, boom, upgraded or enhanced origin perk, but it does not seem like we are going to be like pushing into like a 3 perk territory, at least right now. I mean, you know, knock on wood, maybe it does get there and we get even more crazy. I don't even know if I'd want that, but it does seem like the double enhanced, or not, maybe if you want to say triple enhanced with origin trait, triple enhanced weapons seem
it's
like
over
they
here.
might be
Oh, there
the
it is.
peak of like how strong a weapon can reasonably get. This is neat, but people are going to have to break away potentially from the idea of like, oh, I want the best weapon possible, shove a bunch of materials into it. I think this is a much better way of like pushing that, but I could also understand if maybe some people who can't handle
just
those
never
levels
come
of
through here?
content feel slighted against, because, you know, right now,
No,
if you
this
just
is
save
the
up a bunch of
divide.
money, you could have what might be a tier 5 weapon, whereas in the future, you know, maybe you're only able to handle content that goes up to tier 3 or tier 4 or something like that. But I think having, you know, different tiers of loot depending on the difficulty is a bit more satisfying than just like, oh, you got your pinnacles that you can then just like throw into any other weapon. I don't know how much of this is necessarily solved, though, when we still have a lot of crafted weapons available. I don't know if they've mentioned anything about crafted weapons here, so we'll see when we get there. So reward pools is just them kind of like
Yeah, so
straightening
that's
out
not it.
where rewards are going to be coming from. It's not really too different
Let me
to what we
see.
have right now. Like,
Take a
Crucible
look
has
at
its
the
own
hit one more
reward
time.
pool, right? Like, it drops certain weapons that you can only get in the Crucible. The same goes for the raid. Same goes for dungeon. Same maybe goes for like Nightfall weapons, right? So it's them just kind of
Waterfalls
like outlining like, hey,
up.
core PvE
Look
is gonna have
behind
its own
waterfalls
set.
and
PvE
up.
is gonna have its own set.
It's
And
a cozy
expansion stories
little
gonna have its own
nook.
set.
So
You know,
it's
don't- I
behind a
wouldn't
waterfall.
stress too much on the reward pool section.
The other ones are kind of
New
in the
gear.
middle of their own thing.
New
so
gear will
maybe
be
I
a
should
blanket
just-
category for all of the weapons
Dive in
newly
there? Nope,
introduced in the
not
current
at
season,
all.
regardless of source. New gear will receive a special visual treatment to help players identify which weapons or armor sets are new and which may therefore benefit from things like artifact bonuses. May be required in specific optional activities where players are looking
I
for a
would've
level
thought it was
playing
like
field.
up
For
here type
example,
shit.
a Crucible playlist option for players who want to play with and against the newly introduced gear. Seasonal events centered on
It would've been
posting
cool
high
if you could
scores
just
in
go through the
specific
water.
activities. They essentially like want to make it so we have like special categories of activities where you can only use new stuff. Like, you can't use anything
Behind
from
the
the past. Like, whatever's available right now,
waterfalls.
that's what you have to use.
Wait,
to
hold
maybe
on. Maybe it's dependent on the fact that there are 3, right? Behind the waterfalls and up. So if I go behind this one, this is not a cozy little nook. My problem is that the waterfalls are upside down, so like when this says up, I feel like it means down. The problem is you can't go much down. There's that kill box. Shit. Okay. Yeah, no, it's not behind that one. Oh shit. No, let's listen to Dado speak. Maybe it's
some
up here.
sort of expansion-wide or like season-wide like competitive stuff. I mean, seasonal events centered on posting high scores in specific activities. Okay, I've been hoping for like some sort of, you know, leaderboard competitive PvE type thing for forever. So maybe that's kind of leaning on this, and this is their way of balancing
here.
it. So you can only use like a specific subset of gear, which could like change up season or expansion over expansion or update over update on how people tackle these pieces of content. Because if you can't use, you know, something from the past, you have to use something new. That might change up your strategy. Conceptually, if that's the direction they're going for, I didn't just completely make something up. I'm interested. This like needs more of an identity of like, what does this actually mean for me as a player in the game beyond just like some stuff in the artifact. I think we need more concrete examples of like what does that actually mean for me? Like, why do I have to care about new gear within the context of
There's a
specific
tiny
activity?
nook.
Let's see if they mention in the FAQ. Does new gear mean old gears being sunset? No. Existing gear remains unchanged, ready for use in any activity, except those set aside for experimenting with new gear. I think another question is like, why do I want to experiment with new gear? What is the point? It can be infused to achieve the same power. Okay, the only specific advantage to using new gear will be some artifact energies comparable to origin trait upgrades found on existing artifacts. I still would like more examples. Can I still obtain old gear? Yes, you can go get it. What's happening with weapon crafting? Weapon crafting is not going away and will continue to be a way to craft a specific role of a weapon. Okay. Our intent is for crafting going forward to provide a catch-up mechanism for roles you weren't able to nab from the original sources. This may be because that source is no longer available or was gated by time locks when it was, but ultimately we want crafting to support the weapon chase, not replace it. We'll follow up with more details in a future article. Interesting. As I said in my previous video, a lot of my playtime has gone down because once my friends and I have our patterns, we're just like done. And so like we don't really have weapon chases anymore. We want crafting to support the weapon chase, not replace it, which is what it feels like it has done. Like crafting has overwhelmingly replaced actually going down and hunting weapon rolls of certain weapons, save for maybe a small handful, like I don't know, trials or like the dungeon sidearm before we had a crafted
I feel like I
version,
should
right?
just be able
could
to
see
go up
something
into
where
those waters.
crafted weapons aren't available
whatever.
right away within an expansion cycle. Like you have to wait till like the mid-season update or something. But then if it's like that, then people are like, oh well, then I'm just gonna wait until the mid-season updates. Like what's the incentive besides maybe like being under the new gear label for people to you know, get weapons now if they're just gonna be able to get those weapons down the road, if that's what they're going for. Again, I'll wait for more details in a future article. I'm interested in, you know, maybe like that's kind of why I like shiny weapons and Into the Light, right? It's like it's the first time that I've actually been excited to see a piece of loot drop in this game in multiple years. Overall, I am interested in how this is going to end up playing out. I want to see like how high of a difficulty do you need to get to these, you know, tier 5 or whatever the highest tier weapon is going to be. But conceptually, I'm into like this is
Before
how
I leave this
it
area,
works in a lot of other MMOs, right? You do the
I will definitely Destiny 2. Where are we at? Seclusion.
Zero accounting software helped put.
Damn you.
Low-level dungeon, you get like tier 1, tier 2 stuff. You're going into mid to high tier dungeons. Okay, now we're getting the 3s and 4s. Oh, you're gonna hop into Grandmaster, now you're getting like the 5s. Are we gonna go beyond 5?
Damn.
Are we gonna have some cosmetic options available? What if I'm in Grandmaster 97 or whatever the highest is? Is there something beyond that tier 5 for me to chase? Or are we gonna cap out at, you know, such a low level of Grandmaster that I'm not really incentivized to go challenge myself even more? Because you can have all the challenge you want in the game, but if it's not incentivized properly enough, people are not gonna go play those things. Maybe we have to start getting used to a world where you actually need to go play the game in order to upgrade your weapons to the highest level. What a freaking concept. I want to see why new gear actually matters beyond just some stuff in the artifact or whatever, or a couple of these smaller things.
I did miss a waterfall.
They're pointing this out. Like they wouldn't just point it out if it wasn't that big of a deal. So maybe it's a bigger deal than they're letting on right now. I'm not sure. I just want like a little more on new gear, because like right now I'm just kind of like, why do we need to make this distinction?
Yeah,
why does
completely
this
missed the
distinction
new gear
matter
shit.
so much that we're putting it out right now? Okay, the portal. The problem. The destination map, also called the director.
Can I take a look at this at the new gear section to see exactly what the hell he was talking about? Because I definitely blanked out there. Will be available in deeper range tiers that layer on properties like stat bonuses, enhanced perks, and other benefits for weapon. There should just be a bonus for like, yeah, that's crazy. Should be a bonus for like flare, man. Gear will receive special visual treatment to help players identify. Okay, that's cool. Okay.
Just some stuff in the artifact or whatever, or a couple of these smaller things, because I feel like they're pointing this out. Like they wouldn't just point it out if it wasn't that big of a deal. So maybe it's a bigger deal than they're letting on right now.
Damn it!
I'm not sure. I just want like a little more on new gear, because like right now I'm just kind of like, why do we need to make this distinction? Why does this distinction matter so much that we're putting it out right now? Okay, the portal. The problem. The destination map, also called the director, is Destiny's venerable activity browsing and selection screen. Over the years, it has grown to be very unwieldy, making it harder to find specifically what's current and worthwhile to play, and requiring ever more expert knowledge to navigate to find what you were looking for. Even current players can have difficulty finding a new activity, or while
Can't
new
believe I
returning
didn't
players have
even
even
check
greater trouble.
here.
Totally understand that. Again, you bring up the menu. You have like your quest menu as well, which is also split into like several different categories. It can be very overwhelming. I mean, I get the question every so often of like new players coming into my stream to be like, hey, what do I like do after I'm done with the new light campaign? Like there's just no direct, I mean, that's kind of like its own, the new player experience is its own problem. There's just so much information for the average player to kind of take in. And if you're not super immersed in kind of the day-to-day of how Destiny works, it can be pretty overwhelming. Solo ops, 1 to 3 player activities requiring very low time or social commitments. These activities are designed for solo players, still fun with Fire Team, easy to pick up for a quick session. Solo ops will feature a new activity type, which will get a deep
Sorry,
dive.
scan with 2 people. Okay. Need y'all to stay in the same place. Oh, what is this whole section here? Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Hold on. Was this supposed to name the video? Said there was a nook behind the waterfall. And to look up. Yeah, let me double check before I go into this boss fight. But this doesn't. Okay. It does not. Does not mean there. Yeah, because the guy definitely fought little places. Oh, there it is. Yay!
I feel impressions of the traveler's experiences in this object. I can see them. I will try to interpret as best as I can. This impression is jumbled, faded, ancient. I see stars, a haze of cosmic energy.
I know what I could do.
Carnelian and jade whirling into infinity. Fear. Hope. Then an abrupt severance, something lost or someone. It isn't clear. Dust clings to the air like motes of starlight. Glittering. A new distinction between what is and what was. But a tether remains indivisible. Light casting a shadow, and shadow defining the shape of light. Then...
Okay.
No. Nothing. It's gone. I'm sorry. You did your best. Thank you for trying. Those colors...
Go to other regions. If that is the final...
Before, in a half-remembered dream.
Oh, yeah.
This may be an ancient memory of the traveler. Something from the dawn of time. Maybe so
Oh, nice.
old as to have no significance. And yet,
Okay, that's easy.
I cannot help
Oh, that's
but
cool.
wonder.
I love this. Yeah, no, this is easy. I can do this off stream. Thank you. Oh, nice. There's a little plaque already. Now, my only question is when the hell am I going to find time to do this off stream? Do I just stream this week because it's 10-year reunion? Reunion, Jesus Christ.
boss that you have remaining, me personally, I'm just waiting. I'm not sure if your motes get eaten if you can start collecting them over again. I would not risk it until something definitive is said by Bungie. After collecting 17 motes, you will get the Giga Exotic mote. After collecting the 8 Traveler collectibles, a gold chest is going to spawn, the D1 version, in the middle of the area near...
Hold on.
...them. You can start collecting them over again. I would not risk it until something definitive is said by
What's
Bungie.
this guy's name?
After collecting 17 motes, you will get the Giga Exotic mote. After collecting the 8 Traveler collectibles, a gold chest exotic mote. After collecting 7...
Gotcha, that mote. How to fix broken Kvastov quest. I'll grab this real quick, you know?
and today we're jumping in with a quick quest fix for the Kvostov bugs, which actually affect progressing the unlock for the weapon. And there's a workaround for it that actually worked for me. I've seen it work for a whole bunch of other players.
Wait, hold on. If I do these, do I not just get the chest? Hold on. Before I work myself to the bone here, let's just double check that I don't get Kvostov. One, 2, and 3. Wow, it really is the old one. I feel so good that I'm wearing this. Oh, I can't unlock this chest yet, I guess. Alright, let's get these Pathfinders. Where's this one at? That's what I'm looking for. In the blooming. Okay. Now let's get it.
Players as well. Right, a handful of them will drop by collecting the Traveler's Orbs in the Pale Heart, and you can track which ones you've already collected by going to the Speaker Room in the Lost City on the Pale Heart, but the other modes of light will drop by killing bosses inside of the Overthrow activity, and it should be the case that we get one mode of light for every single boss that we kill. So if you look in your triumphs for the Pale Heart under Exploration, that will tell you which bosses you've previously taken down. And so if you happen to be stuck at 16 modes, but you've killed all of the bosses already, the thing that seems to be fixing this for most players is to actually put the 16 modes in the vault and then kill Koftix, the meatball boss that will spawn in the Blue Men. And this is a tier 4 overthrow boss. I'd taken this boss out a handful of times without actually getting the exotic mode, but after putting the 16 modes that I already had into the vault, the first clear of this boss actually dropped the exotic mode for me. There's another useful tip if you're actually working on getting that boss though, which is to run Overthrow all the way up to tier 4. You will have to do this solo, or with a pre-made team, as otherwise it won't work. But when you get to the boss phase, if the wrong boss has spawned in, you can actually fast travel to a different area on the Pale Heart, then fast travel back to the Blue Min, and when you return, you'll still be on tier 4 Overthrow, but it will actually reload the boss encounter. So
that's good
it
to
may
know.
take a couple of tries, you might get the same boss twice in a row.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that real quick while I listen to the rest of this Dado video.
Soon, okay. Fire team ops, 3-player activities for match-made or pre-made groups, designed for fire teams, more cooperation, coordination, strikes, onslaught, coil, new types in the future. Okay, kind of what I thought. Flashpoint ops, which was not on this. 6-player activities for match-made or pre-made groups, planned for a future season. This category will be introduced later next year. More chaotic 6-player combat like offense. Okay, so Flashpoint is basically like the 6-player version of Fire Team Ops, is what I'm getting. So any like 6-player activities, that's where that's going to be. Pinnacle Ops, 3-player activities featuring some more challenging content, including dungeons, exotic missions, and full-length onslaughts.
There it
They
is.
have an exclusive reward pool to claim, success not guaranteed. Is missing the word match-made, and so I think this is for pre-made groups. You hop into Pinnacle Ops, just to, instead of like having to ping pong around the map everywhere to be like, okay, where do we go for our pinnacles? Boom, Pinnacle Ops playlist, you just hop in there. Maybe a bit easier of a way for people to just kind of group up, like, hey, who wants to hit the Pinnacle Ops playlist? You know, match up in Fire Team Finder, match up on LFG, Discord, whatever, and just hop into Pinnacle Ops, something like that. Okay. Crucible is, Crucible. The portal screen will also host consolidated and streamlined side objectives like bounties or secret challenges. That aspect of the redesign is still a work in progress. Okay. Primary goal is to reduce the chores that need to be done before diving into an activity. We will be sharing more about this change later in the year. They just want people to, like, turn on the game and then start playing. You ever see that? You just, like, hop open Elden Ring and it's just, like, continue, and then you having start playing the game. They're trying to give Destiny a continue button, and you just hop in and play the freaking game. I totally respect it. Bonus rewards. Every day, several activities in each category will have bonus rewards added to their standard offering. Includes specific weapons, armor slots, currencies, guaranteed from first daily clear, high drop rate on future clears. Sorted to the top and easy to find, so you can quickly scan what's available and decide if anything's worth chasing. For matchmaking activities, it will offer matchmaking at a wider range of difficulty options as well. Okay. Are old activities going away? No, except for some seasonal activities that are normally removed at the end of the year. Again, really would like a sunsetting article. Older activities will remain available to launch from the destination map.
No,
This
I'm
is
not
the
doing
art today. Let me just read this. Am I going crazy? What about Gambit? Gambit will remain available from the destination map, but will not be rolled into the portal categories at the start of next year. We're still figuring out our plan for this beloved game mode. We have some ideas ranging from closer integration into the Crucible category to standalone events that feature it. Would probably lean this way. I don't know many people who would like want to queue into the Crucible category and then are always just hit with the Drifter, hitting the ding, 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 ding. I think you get a lot of people leaving your matches like that. So maybe making it like its own kind of Iron Banner type thing where they could do fun changes to Gambit. You kind of bring it back every now and then. You get, I think way more people would play Gambit, maybe not way more, but I think more people would participate in Gambit if it was part of some sort of like seasonal event that had some kind of other gimmick involved with the mode. Or at least they would like want to try it out, right? Will dungeons and raids be in the portal? Dungeon content will be featured in the Pinnacle Ops category with some alterations to support challenge customization and reward rating. Interesting. Raid content will not initially be present in portal categories. Long clear times combined with a wide variation of experiences present some unique challenges that we're still working through. We're excited to get this content into the portal offering in the future. Raid content. I mean, we're really going to take like individual bosses, kind of like a, maybe not necessarily like a Pantheon where it's like a gauntlet of bosses, but just like a boss or like two bosses, like a super short Pantheon or something like that. Yeah, we're not in like match-made raid content situations just yet. I think raid matchmaking is just not a good idea unless they completely neuter the raid content that is being match-made specifically for that match-made version. I think those are all the articles. So overall thoughts on the Portal article. I totally get Bungie wanting to clean a lot of this up, right? They said it very well with like one sentence. The primary goal is to greatly reduce the chores that need to be done before diving into an activity. Sharing more about this later in the year. This, like, I feel like sums up the entire article right here. Is reduce chores that need to be done before diving into an activity. They want to reduce the confusion. They want to reduce how many things you need to scan and look through and analyze to be like, what should I go do? They want to add the Destiny splash screen, and you just hit continue, and then you pick your character, and then you go. Totally respect that. This is all in concept. In actual execution, obviously, you know, I can't really speak to that just yet. We need to wait for it to actually come out for people to experience. But the concepts behind it, I think, are sound, and I'm interested to see how this ends up working out for the more casual community out there. The more you can make it easier for people to come into the game, or even explain the game, right? Think of trying to explain the game now for like a new player. It's like, okay, well, you have your director menu, and then you have like 17 different planets, and then you have all these different modes, and then you have like a subset of modes over here, and don't forget about Pathfinder over here. And then if you go over your quest tab, you can check all your quests. These are the new ones. This is for the season. This one's for the expansion. This one's for previous expansions. Or you can like, hey, let's hop into Pinnacle Ops, or let's hop into Fireteam Ops, or yeah, just go look for anything with a little star icon above it for the new things. And
it sounds like it makes things a lot easier.
Okay, and finally, not necessarily linked to a lot of the like future talk. This is like a 10 years of Destiny celebration. You know, because today, as I'm recording this, the 9th is the 10-year anniversary of Destiny launching. Destiny 1 10 years ago today. So Bungie's doing a few small things, nothing too crazy it seems like. They have, you can look at this. I've linked all the articles down below if you want to check it out for yourself. They're showing some artwork from a lot of different Bungie artists over the years on their art stations. They have a Legends of Destiny art show tour. There's gonna be one in LA, one in New York City, one in London over the next 3 months. They are introducing a set of armor inspired by the original concept armor that was shown, you know, 10, 11 years ago now. I'm thinking like E3 2013 when I was there. Can be found today, September 9th, while exploring the surroundings of the tower in the Pale Heart. So you just go scoop it up. It doesn't seem like it's Eververse. You just go get it. Good move. We have a seal that you can go get for the 10-year anniversary. They got a Nerf gun, Ace of Spades if you want that, and then we have all the articles.
Hell yeah, I do.
Just talk about. Oh man, lot to kind of dig through there. You know, I always come in with like some level of like cautious optimism, and that's what I'm probably going to continue to do here until proven otherwise. But I think
he said the phrase
on Bungie to like prove to people that they can back up what they are saying, and I can understand. You know, if people are maybe coming away from a lot of this kind of stuff not feeling super satiated, because I think, you know, when you think of like an update like this, people are maybe hoping for like huge swaths of changes and like crazy shifts happening, and some of this just kind of feels like patching up some holes in the game, like kind of like they have to like reestablish a new foundation for some of these systems in the game, and that's just not as like sexy to hear versus like let's talk about the Final Shape campaign or like the Final Shape expansion, like whatever. That's a lot, I think, like sexier, whereas this is not as sexy. It's not as like compelling to some people because it's more just like a lot of systems changes, and you know, it maybe might not affect greatly. Excuse me, sorry, throat's a little dry. It might not greatly affect people's perception of the game because right now it's like a lot of conceptual talk. It's a lot of you know, systems and gameplay updates and all those kinds of things, which I don't know are like the big ticket items for the majority of people out there. Like me, I'm pretty interested in just like anything that they want to, you know, show the curtain behind. Like hey, come take a look at like this little thing that we're working on. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. But for other people, you're maybe only interested in like one specific thing, and maybe they didn't even touch on it today, right? We're still getting like a lot of code names. We're still getting a lot of, you know, just conceptual themes and just a lot of words, and we don't have any like video or any of this or any of that. So as usual, it depends on how it's all executed. Talking about like the portal, you know, is the average person getting like super hyped up, like, oh my god, I can't believe they're changing the menus in the game? Like, probably not. But these are probably some things that Bungie has been needing or wanting to do for a little while, and they essentially are trying to break some bones to establish a new norm. But that's just not super like sexy to hear about. So I think the more enticing things are probably still to come in terms of like what are you really doing to innovate on this experience? Because people they crave some level of innovation. That's what they're looking for, and they say it a little bit, but we've also gotten used to Bungie saying like, we're looking to innovate this or we're looking to innovate that, and it hasn't really come to fruition as much as people have maybe been expecting. Or it's come to fruition, but in ways that like people didn't really acknowledge or care about that much. Or like, you know, I'm thinking of like the last 3 seasons we got, season 21, 22, 23. Like those were all well done, but when it comes to the Destiny seasons, like was there a ton of innovation there? Maybe you could argue the coil a little bit. You know, like, oh, they're trying, you know, some kind of roguelike type situation. And, you know, I'm interested in something like, oh, we're trying, like, this episode's going to be a Metroidvania. This episode's going to be like a roguelike. And so I would much rather see Bungie fail, but trying to innovate on something versus just giving out more Destiny, because more Destiny is just not, it's not going to cut it anymore. It hasn't. Just, like, we haven't been able to just get more Destiny and people are fully satiated. So I can understand if you're coming into this being like, what did they even really discuss here? Because it's just not very sexy, right? Like, you know, episode and expansion models and this kind of thing isn't like, it's cool for the super invested, but for the people who are looking for like massive change and like, here's how we're doing this, I don't know if you're completely satiated with this just yet. Ultimately, like, I do understand the vision behind like a lot of things. I'm like, oh yes, that is important, and oh yes, I didn't even think of it that way, and oh, I'm interested in like the challenge card or whatever. We still need some
But I feel like I'm not progressing
and
in
then
this
even
one.
then, a lot of this is just it's text on a screen. Some of these things might not even come to fruition, as they said earlier. You know, our roadmap and plans are subject to change.
Maybe I just gotta kill the orange bars?
Yeah. Yeah. Depends.
Oh, it's
I
a
think,
portal. What the
ultimately
fuck? Is this
on
a
how
new
all
one?
this is executed. We can talk concepts all day. We can talk this. We can talk that. But it just depends on how it's all executed. So I can understand if you're coming into this being like, all right, I'll see you in 9 months. If you're like that, I'm like, I totally get it.
Oh, they
We got
literally
episode
put
2, we got
Taken
episode 3, we
King
already know
in
what
here.
that's gonna be
That's
like. We know what the
cool.
next few months are gonna be like, and I wasn't anticipating these articles to necessarily
This
change
is
how
good.
we're gonna
This is
feel
what this
over the
game
next,
should be
you know,
doing, is like
6 to 9
trying
what
to
do they say?
like
They give
teach
them a month,
people
they
the
just say summer,
mechanics
right?
of raids.
Summer 2025. So what? June, July, August. So sometime next year. I can understand if you're coming away from that being like, yep, I'll see you in 9 months. It's a lot of talk.
Or at least the
It's
old
a lot of talking,
ones.
and I appreciate what they are saying. It's just now a matter of, can you execute on those things? Are they going to be fun to play? Is it enough for people? Did you really hit those points that you really wanted to hit? Some of these things, you know, the portal menu and the gameplay stuff, like the challenge card, that's a little bit easier to like conceptualize in your head about like, oh, here's how this thing is changing. Okay, we'll see how that works out. But like, I understand the vision behind it. But then you have like much more ambiguous things with like, you know, challenge your idea of what a Destiny experience can be. It can be freaking anything. Like this is so much harder to conceptualize other than like, we're trying to innovate more. It's like, well, we've heard the innovation before, right? So I'm gonna cut it there.
Oh, shit.
I'll be back on Wednesday. We can talk about all this on Wednesday, twitch.tv/Dado. I'll be alive like noon West Coast time, something like that, around there, and we'll talk about this more. But if you're coming away from this being like, okay, I'm into it, or if you're coming away from this
It's
being
not
like,
over.
just kind of feels like the same old, I kind of think that you're both right. I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna read what everyone's saying online. I'm interested to see what people are saying. I'm interested to see what my friends are saying, what y'all are saying. Please speak up in the comments. I'm in between. All this, I see the vision. Can you execute on the vision? That's always been the issue, right? For the past few years, that's what it's felt like. I see the vision, but can you execute on it? Can you get people excited? And the only way we're going to really be able to find that out is when this stuff comes out sometime in the summer. So if you want to say, I'll see you in 9 months, then I see you in 9 months. Until then, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.
Playtime's over. Ready up.
Good.
On me.
Time for this old dog to show you a few tricks.
Prepare for.
Thank you for that, Dad.
You've got a wave of enemy reinforcements coming your way. Reload and refocus.
Frontiers. This is one of many blog posts, and originally I thought we were just going to be getting one blog post today. Bungie has dropped 5 on us, so we are going to start
That is
reading
a lot.
right now, guys. We're going to be here for quite a bit. Buckle up. Timestamps down
Oh, let me
below.
try to put 'em
Let's
on.
get started. Paving the way for new frontiers. Today marks the 10-year anniversary of Destiny. We set out in 2014 to do something new and different for our studio. We've conquered the Witness, looted dungeons, ascended to the Lighthouse, and more. Now we look to the future. We're plotting our course to the stars through codename Frontiers. We closed the door with the final shade, but we are opening
go back
a new
to
one,
this?
a weird one, an exciting one that takes Destiny to places it has never been before. We're building this future now, and
Yeah,
are
it
excited
did.
to share with you a first
Oh, but
glimpse
it's not the
of
same
it
one.
today. Oh, all right. So this is straight up a roadmap right here. Okay, codename Frontiers. Summer 2025 expansion Apollo. This will be the summer 2025 major update, codename Arsenal, and then fall 2025 major update, codename Surge. Okay, and then also in winter 2025 we have Behemoth. Winter update, major update, spring major update. Okay, all right. So hold on. Let me see. Let's look here on the side on the key here. Expansion, new stories, new locations, new missions, new weapons, new gear, new raids and dungeons. There it is, fellas. We are still going to be getting new raids and new dungeons. Seasonal update, new and reprised activities, new gear and artifact mods, new modifiers and challenges, new sandbox meta, new events, reward paths, exotic weapons ornament, legendary weapons, armor ornaments, gear upgrade, resources, cosmetics, and more. Okay, all right. So we're getting 2 expansions per year. But right here, notice here we've got codename Arsenal, codename Surge. So these are going to be like the the seasons in the expansions. All right, so we're getting 4 seasons. just like what we've had before. And then 2 expansions. What are the size of these expansions? All right, now this roadmap lays out our plan for year 11 and beyond with some exciting changes to our annual model. 2 expansions per year, 4 major updates of free content
I got 2.
every year. Over the next few months, we will be sharing more information with you on Codename Frontiers, which is how we are describing major innovations coming to Destiny over the next few years, starting with our next expansion, Codename Apollo. We have several Dev Inside deep dives going live today, and we'll continue to add more to this list over the weeks and months to come. Today,
What is hitting you right now?
Destiny 2 and Allison Lures, the Destiny 2 narrative director, diving through some of our future plans for Destiny 2. Our goal is to be more transparent in our communication with you. This means sharing our work more frequently, even if you see our mistakes and false starts along the way. But please remember that our roadmap and plans are subject to change as we get deeper into development. Ultimately, this is your game too. We want you to see more of how it is made and why. If you've taken away nothing else, it should be this. We're excited for Destiny to change and improve in ways that allow it to keep evolving in the future. All right, Dev Inside Deep Dives. Below you will find a list of Dev Inside Deep Dives for various innovations coming with Codename Frontiers. We'll be building upon this section over the next few months with breakdowns,
Give me
features,
that.
and
It's
changes
gonna be
coming to
close.
Destiny.
Good.
Core game activities, core game boards, and the fort. We'll be reading those in just a moment. All right, our vision for the future of Destiny 2. We're from Tyson Green here. My name is Tyson, and I am the game director for Destiny 2, and I'm excited to speak today about our team's vision for Destiny. First and foremost, we all still love Destiny. It is a unique and challenging game, both for you and for us. I've personally been working on Destiny for 15 years, and it still excites me creatively. There are not many games I could say that about, but at the same time, we recognize that it's become too rigid. Expansions have started to feel too formulaic, and are over too quickly with little replay value. Yeah. Seasons and episodes keep getting bigger, but can still feel like you are just going through the motions. We believe it's time for Destiny to change and evolve, and that's our community. And that our community wants this game to grow and innovate. And to do that, we need to start breaking some of the molds. Guys, this is the same guy that was quoted for saying, what was the quote? It was with Jason Jones or one of the guys from Halo, the Halo days, where he was like, he pretty much said something along the lines of, even if it breaks the game, punch it. It was like, even if it's going to break all the code, do it, punch it, innovate it. Annual expansions. So we're going to start with annual expansions. We've loved creating annual expansions and are especially proud of the final shape. The truth is that they dominate almost all of our development effort. We need to free ourselves up to explore and innovate with how we deliver Destiny 2 content so we can invest in areas of the game that will feel more impactful to players. Starting next year, instead of one big expansion, we are going to deliver 2 medium-sized expansions, one every 6 months. Each of these will depart from the one-shot campaign structure we've been using, essentially unchanged since Shadowkeep, and each will be an opportunity to explore exciting new formats instead.
Cool.
We're excited to try new things that challenge your idea of what a Destiny experience can be. We're actively prototyping non-linear campaigns, exploration experiences similar to the Dreaming City or Metrovanius, and even more unusual formats like roguelikes or survival shooters. Each expansion will present a new opportunity to try something different. Departing from one-shot campaigns doesn't mean we are turning away from great storytelling. Going forward, we want to return the mystery and wonder that was woven into the fabric of early Destiny, and the story felt ripe with possibilities and an epic sense of exploration and discovery. Great stories are as important as ever in our creative vision, and Allison will touch more on that below. Okay, so first up, let me just say from what I read, Tyson, it seems like he's really keyed in on like how the community feels, using terms like formulaic, going through the motions. We were literally just talking about that. Most of us, we get on, play the season, we do the narrative, we get our seasonal weapons, we get our crafted weapons, and we bounce. Now, it's interesting here that they're breaking up the expansions into these, not in like a big expansion like we would with like Final Shape between Lightfall and whatnot, but doing 2 medium-sized expansions. And I'm curious to see how that's going to work. Nice. But it almost seems like right here we're actually prototyping non-linear campaigns. So it's almost like we're gonna be discovering the story. It's not gonna be this, hey, hold my hand, come follow the marker over here, talk to this person, now talk to this holo projector. It almost seems like we're gonna have to like discover things. And the fact that I even mentioned here exploration experiences similar to Dreaming City or Metrovanius, and even more unusual formats like roguelike survival shooters. Again, all of this really boils down to delivery though. Like this sounds good.
And how are the numbers looking? We're landing at a strong 70 SPF.
Thanks to JetBlue's low fares, Kayla's in vacation mode already.
I'll take it. Oh, come on.
The Asus
Oh, and then I got
ROG
hit. No,
Ally
you're
S
dying. You're
allows
dying
you
for
to
that.
install
That was
games
the
from
wildest
multiple
troll.
stores like
From
Xbox
where?
and Steam,
Deep City,
and access
too.
them all from the Armory Crate SE library. It's a Windows-based platform, so installing games is a lot like installing on many other Windows computers. You can hunt for deals, get exclusive games, and you don't have to worry about compatibility. Let's go over installing a game from Xbox. Each platform will be a bit different, but the process is similar. From Armory Crate SE, open Xbox. Go to the store and browse or search for the game at the top. Once you find it, you can buy it, or if you have an Xbox Game Pass subscription, you may be able to play it.
Why is
Just
there a
select
30-minute
install.
ad?
This intrigues me. This is innovative and different, but it also comes down to how they execute, right? Now, seasons. The change to 2 expansions per year, our seasonal model will be changing as well. Instead of 3 episodes, we will be building 4 major updates per year.
Yeah, just
one
farm
every
him.
3 months. Literally, what we've been getting before. Now, each expansion will launch alongside a major update at the start of a season. And then a second major update will follow 3 months later to refresh the core game with new
Is it
and
in here?
reprised
It's not
content,
in here.
including activities, strikes, exotic missions, or entirely new modes like Onslaught. Rewards, weapons, armor, artifact mods, exotics, and more. New weekly events,
Oh, there it
new
is.
features, combat meta, and balance updates. Now, the big seasonal resets will still happen, but now twice a year, alongside the expansions, okay? Now, each update will be a substantial refresh of the core game, bringing new activities and reward content. We're also excited to announce that, like Destiny 2 Into the Light, these updates and their content will be free to all players. Oh, so all of this, all the seasonal stuff will be free. But it's still gonna have a paid season pass though, right? Okay, so you're still gonna have a season pass, and since we're gonna be getting raids and dungeons, you're still gonna have to buy those. But it seems like what we experienced in Into the Light, like the onslaught activity and all those things will
kill
all
it?
be free. We want Destiny to be easier for anyone to play or recommend, so we want to remove that
Oh, no, I went the
major
wrong way,
barrier
didn't I?
to the experience, which means we need to
Oh,
talk
no,
about
that's
the
cool.
core game
It's dead.
itself. Now, the core game is Destiny's always available evergreen activity experience, and we need to fix two key things with it. Number one, approachability. First, Destiny is too complex. With literally hundreds of activities, you practically need a PhD to decide what to play and how to get rewards you're looking for. We're going to start to fix this by modernizing our activity UI, the director, to make it easier for everyone to find and launch into great activities. And we're reworking our reward model to make sure that all of those activities offer meaningful rewards. Our deep dives on activities and rewards go into more detail on these changes in particular. Now, gear and challenge should matter. Even great activities stop mattering if the challenge dries up and the rewards aren't worth it. So we're investing
cool,
in a
let's do it
greatly
here.
improved challenge customization system to let players of any skill range find the right challenge level for them, with rewards that improve based on the challenge level you take on. These won't just be a simple incoming damage increase either. The team is cooking up some great gameplay modifiers that give enemies some exciting tools to mix things up on every run. We will have a deep dive coming soon to show off some of these new threats. All right. Now, as for the rewards, there will be higher tiers of the legendary gear. Think adept weapons and artifice armor that will be available from these higher challenge ranges in a much wider variety of activities across both PvE and PvP. Now, these two changes will help the core game experience be easier to drop into and much deeper in terms of variety and pursuit of personal mastery. And they are a starting point for ongoing changes aimed at continuing to improve Destiny in these regards. Okay? So, at least from what I'm getting here, in order to give us these higher tier rewards, we're getting harder content. I'm just curious to know how much harder thing like Grandmasters right now, Master Raids. Then the next multi-year saga starts with Codename Apollo. God, we're dropping the saga here. Allison Lurs. Hello, I'm Allison, and I'm the Destiny 2 narrative director. I'm a fresh face at Bungie, and I started doing narrative direction for seasons in fall 2022. And my
That's
first
the part
feature
is I'm not
expansion
gonna even
was
be able to
Final
complete
Shape.
this
We're proud of
actually
the Final
because it's
Shape and the
gonna-
ending we created for the Line Dark and saga.
gonna be
And we knew
fried.
that the episodes that followed would act as an epilogue, tying up light and dark's hanging threads, but also setting us up for what's next. The episodes close doors and open new ones, purposeful ones, storylines that are set in place to prepare us for what comes next, and what is next in our new saga. Oh. This is really new artwork. You'll see teases of it in the later two episodes and then fully kick off with Codename Apollo. This next saga is also based around a core theme, much like
All right, let's do this the right way. I'm gonna have to leave and come back if necessary.
The enemy has nothing else in reserve. This is it. All or nothing.
Hopefully it's the meaty. It is. Let's get it. Real quick. What did I just play? Please. Hey, fucko. Alright. Real quick, let's get back to him.
Light and Darkness did. It will introduce plenty of new characters, factions, twists, and more. And there's lots more here, we will say eventually. But we don't want to spoil the journey for you. This will be a multi-year journey. One we can't wait to take you on. Our first expansion, Codename Apollo, is a non-linear, character-driven adventure. All right. Okay, first up, multi-year. Secondly, I don't know what this is. I'm curious to know what this is. This is obviously a new location. Third, we're getting a non-linear, character-driven adventure. That's interesting. That's
Nice.
different.
All right,
That's
get him
completely
outta
different,
here.
dude. I hope there's going to be more emphasis on exploration. You know what I'm saying? If we're taking this non-linear, character-driven direction, I hope there's going to be a big emphasis on mystery and exploration. And
Oh, that's
dude,
good.
just
Tells you
running
where
up
you
on
need to
things in
be
the
at
wild.
for it.
To
Oh
have a
my
purpose
God,
and
are you
reason
kidding me?
To be in the wild on these planets and these locations, you know? All right, what do we mean by Codename Apollo is non-linear? Previously in stories like The Final Shape, you experience the story as A to B, then C to D, in a nice straight line. In Codename Apollo, our story takes place over dozens of threads you'll explore and discover. So when you land on a brand new location, the story starts at A, and then you can choose if you want to explore C first, or try and get into B, or maybe investigate D. And the options you didn't choose, don't worry. Those other options are still open for you to go back and play through. You'll need to, because the more you play and discover, the more the story progresses. So experiencing a certain number of threads opens up the next part of the story. The order in which you explore will be
I feel
something
like this
you
is
choose. But we
basically
have
just
built
gonna
Codename Apollo in a way
translate
the story
to like go do the thing that you do with the ghost where you hit scan and then you wait for him and you kill some enemies and you wait for him some more And you kill some more enemies. And then boom. Story now progresses. Like, I feel like it's going to make the actual interactions with things a little less interesting. I have 10 on this? Jesus Christ. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I'm just very... Oh, he's going back in his hole.
It always makes sense and flows from beginning to middle to end. There's no time gate, no waiting for the next drop. Codename Apollo story unfolds based on player progression. There's the balloons again, guys. What are these IKEA lanes? All right, no time gates. And also no handhold. It's almost like when you guys come to me and are like, oh my god, Cross, go check out this piece of lore. You know what I mean? I feel like if this is dense, we could be discovering parts of the story and lore well into an expansion. Maybe even things we miss. You know what I mean? Now, Destiny is at its best when it's mysterious, weird, and not afraid to try new things. This shift to a non-linear story isn't something we're locking ourselves into, but it is a structure that fits Codename Apollo best. The narrative structure of the release that follows will be quite different. The structure to suit that game's experience. We want to continue to innovate with the expansion across both gameplay and narrative. That's interesting. So not only...
You gotta be kidding me. Let's go. Let's go. Ooh, and I got an Ergo Sum from that.
It's hard to imagine being here. Healing the traveler with our own hands.
With Stormbringer, okay.
Being the strength that keeps such a cosmic force moving.
I've always imagined the place
I
for
love it.
myself that
I love
I've
this for
struggled
myself.
to find. The destiny I've not yet achieved. But here I feel it clearly.
Do you believe this is what you were risen for? To be here in this moment?
I do. But that doesn't mean it's true.
Ooh.
I don't know if the traveler deals in certainties, but maybe possibilities. It saw possibility in us both. And in that, there's the line between the unknowable and faith in it. A faith we share.
Alright. Let's go say what's up. Let's go say what's up to our Kvostov.
This is not the set formula going forward, but something that they're catering per expansion. And I guess this was something that would have been too difficult to do in a big annual expansion. So with it being split to 2 expansions per year, this allows them more freedom to just try new approaches.
I felt like, you know, pull up with the galley. You know, I'm going to have to put the galley down anyway, but, you know, pull up with the galley. Alrighty. What the hell? What do I lack? What could I possibly be lacking? Let's go grab the moats.
Now, into the unknown. This all sounds like a big change, and it is, because when the rhythm of our story becomes predictable, or when characters in our world fail to change, that's how we create a situation, not a story. That's the hardest in this whole blog post, man. So how can we innovate? By telling a story that keeps up with our innovation, not one that slows it down. That means an evolving world, giving space for new characters, growing and evolving factions, making sure the story we tell is in a world we have nurtured, and with characters who grow in turn. We believe in rewarding the player for paying attention without punishing someone for not knowing something. That way, everyone gets to come along for the ride, no matter how deep in the lore they are. You'll see the approach starting with episodes and continuing into the new multi-year story. So when we think about a multi-year arc, what does that look like? Think of it as a constellation of stories united by a single theme. We will show you what that theme is later, but suffice to say, we believe in it. Think of this multi-year arc as a web, not a line. Each release fits into the larger saga. We can't wait to take you on that journey. Story is easy to spoil, so I won't ruin the details for that theme in the code name Apollo or what it's about.
Did I have to
But I'll
collect the
give you
Feathers of
something to
Light
look forward
too?
to. Apollo ends with a narrative gasoline that will propel us into the next few years with a clear theme, goal, and
Don't
a
tell me
destination
that, bro.
won't come at you as a straightforward.
There are so many feathers. And I'm not doing 30 right now. I'm going the hell to sleep. I could still lag. Yep, I'm still lacking. I already know now. It's the feathers. I'll go get the feathers. off stream and then open it now. Oh, open it on stream next time. All right, I'll see ya. Thank you for watching, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. I don't need to see Astro Cross's take on this because I've heard 3 other people.